I didn't even know we sold those.
Coming
Shout
soon.
out to Palafox for branding it for us. But Team Liquid, they are looking fierce, man. Like, they are still, you know, Jose Deodo kind of leading the conversation we had yesterday on the desk, like the way too early MVP. And a lot of people were talking about Jose Deodo as kind of giving that caliber of performance so far.
Yeah, Jose and Quid, the 1-2 mid-jungle punch. The TLAW are bringing to the rim.
The law.
I actually think it is definitely one of the better and funnier, you know, brand name combinations here.
I want them to lean into it. I want them to, like, have that be like, we're laying down the law type of energy.
We could get some TLAW content for sure. We'll see if Dignitas can make it as close as their previous encounter this year, though. As we get into Champ Select, I will say the early game stats, talking about this year for this Dignitas lineup, have looked pretty abysmal. If you're including the stats for the whole year, they're negative 1,786 on average at 15 minutes. So early game, that's going to be a focus. Okay,
we'll be keeping
Rumble.
track of that.
Rumble does a lot for good gold generation, though, because oftentimes, you know, people will pick like Ornn or Galio or something, these tanks into it. Rumble can go for a strike, you get more gold there, you can win CS in some of those lanes too, but they can also, you know, go a different route here for Morgan, because Morgan now, from some of the top laners I talked to, is more feared even than Thanatos in top lane laning phase.
Just in the 1v1, right?
Yeah, and in team play as well. So it's got a fearsome
whole
reputation
package.
for the it's the whole package top laner. So we'll see what Team Liquid decide to go into the Rumble instead. Maybe a more aggressive matchup rather than the tank, but they've also been pretty good at playing for those 5-on-5 team comps.
It looks like we might have a delay, as we'll see what's going on stage right now. But I wanted to point out that both top laners going into this match had not played a duplicate champion so far in the split. It was 5 for Morgan, 5 for Photon. So this is now Photon's second time pulling out the Rumble. Morgan has played things like Yorick, Renekton, Jax, and Jace on top of that. Do you think any of those are ones he would pull out, or is it going to be something different, like a tank for the team?
I mean, he could. I do like the tank options into it, or the Jace option as well. So, see what type of comp they'll be cooking up.
Also have an update from production. TLAW locked in too slow. That's on them. So we're gonna hop right back into draft.
So what are the ramifications?
I think we get a shame.
They locked in too slow.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually have never heard of this live on broadcast.
So did they miss their pick then?
I would assume. That's
okay,
what
so
too slow means.
So what is the punishment? Because there's no in-game thing where you're like, well, you have to use a random champion now because you didn't.
I think they lose LP. It's a 5-minute queue, actually.
They lose LP.
Yeah. No. I'm pretty sure it's a 5-minute queue. Now they're in the
low
priority queue.
Yeah, get that smirk off your face, Jose. This is not funny business here, okay?
This is a professional. If I do it, it's on accident. If you do it, well, it's probably still an accident.
Champion select misdemeanor, I guess. This one is not a felony.
We'll get comp ops to look into that one.
Yeah, okay.
See what the ramifications are. But hopefully we hop in very soon. Again, it was only the Rumble that we had seen locked in so far for Dignitas.
Yeah, and then because TL are so slow.
I know.
Didn't even get to see the responses.
I did note, though, that Team Liquid banned the Orianna. There was no Azir ban. Maybe they're giving respect to Palafox, who claims he wins both sides of the matchup. Did you see that interview that he put out?
I did not.
He's got a lot of confidence in himself, and he's going up against Quid, one of the premier mid laners in the LCS. And now we're back into pick and ban as Pantheon and Lucian are locked in for Team Liquid.
There we go. See, they had so much time. Now they're like insta-lock.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good.
You don't want to be slow twice.
You know what? That's good. I like that. Improvement, you know? Not going to get it right first time every time.
They're getting their mechanics locked in right now. And clicking the lock-in button.
Ain't no way XU's going with any of those things that he's hovering, so it's going to be some sort of AD jungler here, and Nocturne would be interesting because then it puts more weight on like Nico picks for bottom lane or something, other engaged champs that have good flanking, and it also means maybe you know, you could get more like a different threat here for Palafox. Like they do need more CC that can keep you on Rumble. Ultimate, the Nocturne Fear is definitely you know, it's not necessarily that. You can like dive into the back line, and Rumble ult has really long range, so you can help out the Nocturne in that, but you need more like good punchy CC, and Annie definitely delivers punchy CC.
Fits the bill. You get your stun, you can land it onto multiple people either with your W or your ultimate, but then also you can just go for those single targets with the Nocturne, throwing out the Q guaranteed hit. So yeah, it's going to set up Dignitas' jungler to actually find these plays, and it's also double AP solo lanes for Dignitas. We've seen that a lot in the meta so far, and that means that Team Liquid, they got a lot of options in their table. We've seen things like Galio locked in early into matchups like this, but it seems like they're going to go for their support pairing as it's Emilio locked in for the Lucian.
Yeah,
this is new.
It helps with appeal a lot. Pairs with Lucian super well for lane phase because of the synergy with the buffs and the extra attacks there for Lucian, but also is good peel against Nocturne and Annie. As long as the melial positioning is good, you could be very, very effective here, I feel like. So, Core JJ, yeah, if he's got good positioning here, then they should have some pretty good answers for the engage. Of course, can be difficult. Sometimes the engages are so insanely quick, and Nocturne turning off the lights definitely can cause some problems, but there's also the respect that Nico I was talking about here. Whenever you can turn off lights with Nocturne, like, holy moly, those engages can get so overwhelming so quickly. And if you have enough, then even Melio Peel is not gonna save you from that.
Yeah, and Breath of Life can only cleanse one CC ability. That's probably gonna be for the Andy. They don't want to give another big ability that they have to block with that. So that makes a lot of sense. Galio also makes sense inside of Dignitas. I'd highlighted that as a potential solo lane for Morgan. But I want to go back to just the adaptation in the bot lane, because we've seen specifically this year a lot of two pairs in the bot lane, whether it's the Inara Lulu, whether it's the Corki Nami. Lucian Melio has a lot of synergy. You know, Melio is able to empower these autos, and Lucian known for slinging out multiple autos in one combo, but I haven't seen this pulled out here in the LCS, at least not for Team Liquid, as they have not pulled these two specific champs. So they're showing that they are kind of adapting in Spring Split right now.
And it is interesting because even though LYON and Core JJ overall this year haven't been performing quite to expectations that people had for them, LYON was one of the first North American AD carries ever to earn his Lucian card.
Yeah.
And so those things, like once you earn it, it's good forever.
Was a little before that time. Did
yeah, I mean,
get the card
he probably printed the card. He prints the cards.
Oh, okay. So you did him out. Yeah, yeah. Might have taken his away at some point as well, as it's Zion logged in for Team Liquid in the top lane, presumably. And then Corki locked in here for Dignitas. So Nami is still available. Expect that to be the pairing we already talked about. Bot lane's pretty much all about these duos right now. No surprise there. And that means Team Liquid have a mid laner to lock in.
All right, so there's your answer. It is just going to be one of the plentiful tanks, the Ornn, the Galio, or the Sion into the Rumble, and Morgan going the Sion route here since the other two are banned. So it makes it an easy choice, but as far as those gold earning stats for Rumble, you know, should be going the first strike and earning some good gold stats for Dignitas at the very least. And then we get the Quid Aurora here. Man, he has had some very good Aurora games, and it is scary when you're talking about Jose and Quid, and as you mentioned, both of them getting some early votes and early arguments for possible players of the year. Way too early, of course.
Way too early.
But when those two have Pantheon Aurora, that is crazy burst. That is so much pressure you can put on an immobile champion like Annie, that Palafox is going to have his dancing shoes on. He's going to have to also have good comms with the rest of the team. And they're going to have to do their best to track Jose.
Yep, and the mid lane matchup aside, I also think jungle is going to be fascinating to track, as Nocturne and Pantheon both have the ability to kind of follow each other. If teammates are calling like, hey, Nocturne's top, Pantheon can ult top. If Pantheon ults somewhere else, Nocturne can follow. So whether whichever jungler actually pulls the trigger first, the other one could always be close behind, and that always makes for very, very interesting lane states. If you're the Aurora, I imagine that side lane could be in your future. Annie Moore looking to group up with the team, but Dignitas versus Team Liquid, game number 1. Dignitas picked up their game 1 against LYON. That surprised a lot of us. They've shown that they can do it at least once in a series. Can they do it again?
Yeah, really holding on to that first game of that series.
We're going to take that one to the bank.
Yeah.
Okay?
And Kangas, what happened in the next 2 games of that series? We don't.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, you know what? It's long gone. That's history.
I don't even remember. I kind of blacked out after that moment. We were just so excited about Dignitas. But speaking of, let's hear from our resident Dignitas correspondent, Raz, about Dig's first win.
He could fill you in.
Split.
Rezoplasm here to remind you that if you stopped watching Dignitas after Game 1 last week, they'd have a flawless win record against the defending champions LYON. Impeccable credit with a 0% major deficit score. A death-defying combined kill-to-death ratio of 2.2. They also smote 100% of the available Barons while blasting LYON in a blistering 2,236 damage per minute. Distressingly for the Dignitas faithful, they played 2 more games.
And that's what I was alluding to, Kangas. But my main question is, why does Raz keep calling them LYON?
LYON, yeah. We got to get on that. Also, did he do something different with his hair in that? Something seemed off about him in that animation. I can't quite put my finger on it. But also notice he's going by Razzleplasm again.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. The OGs remember.
It was good. It was good. Keep it up. All right. Bottom lane, LYON and Core do get their level 2 first. And so they started this engage.
Traded right back by FBI and Ignar. We see this a lot. Both heals used, both barriers used. Looked like LYON used his much earlier, though, as the cooldown is more close to being back. Close to halfway right there. But currently, it seems like Team Liquid have a slight push in that bottom side with their lane positioning. Mid lane also traded pretty heavily in their health bar. Yeah,
good control here for the TL bottom lane. You can, Core's aggressive positioning up there, trying to get them a lot of room to work with, but it does draw the attention of Exu here. Jungler attention. It's just a 3-camp gank.
Yeah, no one expects the level 3 Nocturne to actually come into the lane. Early flash from Core JJ, still no heal available, so the flash ball from Exu. Dignitas want this to work, but the tether, I don't think it actually landed.
It definitely did not.
Canceled, so Core JJ is able to walk away. Dignitas not finding their play.
Yeah, this is horrible. You're going to get counter jungled now. If you do a 3-camp gank bot, Kangas, off a blue buff, they see you only have blue buff. They know your red side is available. So guess what? Your red side's not going to be available for you.
Nope.
The cost and the reason why those types of ganks are fairly rare and unexpected are exactly this. Your payments is going to be quite large. So you did see Jose there for it. Wait a second.
Oh, looking for the solo kill on the Morgan. Gets flash.
Okay, so you did see Jose go and make him pay the Raptor tax at least, and he put the ward behind red buff, but he's just going to leave the counter jungling for now at just the Raptor price. So for Exu there, now he's going to have to deal with that. He has no flash as Nocturne versus Pantheon, and going to be down his Raptor camp for the next clear. Plus, Jose is going to have a lot more for himself to pick up. So you see Jose doing blue and then ping-ponging back over to his own Raptors so that there will be no response from Exu. And that also will position him for bot side Scuttle Crab, because look at the bot lane.
Yep. They're still pushing it.
They absorb the gank, Kangas. They're still winning in CS, and they're still pushing you back out. So, yeah, the Yon's Lucian card is still good. Him and Core JJ
it is not
here
expired.
with the Lucian Melio.
At least
Wait
a
a
few
second.
more months right now. As Exu will actually look to fight Jose Daejeon, a level down, but has his bot lane coming because Team Liquid's bot lane went for the reset. So Jose Daejeon actually has to back away from the bottom scuttle.
That's very nice for him, because he didn't have a lot else to do. He just had Gromp up there, so that's going to really smooth this recovery out for Exu, being able to get the bot side Scuttle Crab and then go back into a reverse clear here with Gromp and Wolves. But yeah, the recall timings there for bottom lane mean everything.
Yeah, I almost kind of wish that Jose Daejeon had demanded more from his lanes. I always think of jungle as like, okay, either your lanes play to you or you play to your lanes. This is a moment where if you have this type of start, you tell your lanes to play to you. And we saw Quid go for the reset, and he backs off.
I already know you
goes for the reset.
I already know your AD carry is going to tell you, are you insane, bro? You want me to mess up my entire tempo, get no purchase? You want me to not get a buy because you want the Scuttle Crab?
Put the Nocturne in the dirt.
Yeah, I already know the answer. Jungler's like, yeah, you know what? Sacrifice everything for my Scuttle Crab, bro. But yeah, you gotta go get your buy off there for Yon in mid lane, though.
Throwing out Tibbers. Quid's jumping over the wall. Across the veil will get him to safety, but already kind of losing on these trades versus Palafox.
Okay.
That's going to be stopped. All right, back stopped. Quid, time wasted, as now Palafox has a freeze in the mid lane. FBI and Ignar again taking a rough trade against LYON right there, who has the first strike for himself, actually. Meanwhile, his Comet taken by Photon. We've seen that right now. So Team Liquid bot lane. You know, maybe I did speak too soon. LYON is doing pretty well for himself with that first buy.
Yeah, and it's actually going to keep the wave in a really nice spot here for them, too. So he's going to match recalls again. And since he has refillable, good value there. Refill your refillable potion, grab your coal for extra gold generation. So that plus the first strike and have a lot of extra gold generation here. And Jose does have the camp timer here. Goes in for another invade to put down control ward to see very deeply. But his positioning against Fox with no flash, again, this is something from Champ Select you're looking at. Fox respectful positioning, though.
The wave will come back to Fox if he does nothing.
Also, you want to highlight the control ward Fox has on the bottom side of mid lane. He also knows I can hover more towards the bottom side.
Sure.
Pantheon has a lot of opportunities to gank me from the top side. But he had very respectful positioning there. Gave up one singular minion, knowing that the minion wave is going to push towards him anyway. So no greed on the single minion there, and just wait patiently for it to come to you.
It's a genius midfielder move right there. Controlling the wave, not greeting. But I also want to go back to what's happened in the jungle here, because with that early start, I expected this to go far worse for XU, who's actually come back and is even in the clear right now. When the Nocturne goes for that level 3 gank, doesn't pull it off, you're wasting time on your clear and you had a camp stolen. But he's equalized it right now. He's actually got himself back in the game, so props to XU for creative jungle pathing post failed gank.
See what they can do with their level 6 here, because both Jose and XU will ting over to 6 now. And we've had a lot of pretty heavy trading. Still flashes are available bot, though, so
big damage, and now Paranoia comes out. They're looking at LYON. He has the flash and the barrier, and in comes a Grand Starfall. Anytime you go for it, the Pantheon can answer, and now they turn back onto XU. Flash away from the Nocturne, kicked into the wall. First blood to Jose Daejeon.
Nice flash kick here from CoreJJ. The Ultra Mega Fire kick towards the wall there. And Jose, he flies in. He can't immediately see the Nocturne because of the vision denial there, but it doesn't matter. You know, he goes for the jump straight forward anyways. They know they can chase him eventually, and they do get their counter kill. So response from the double level 6s on junglers as expected. And again, it's really hard for Nocturne to get any value against Lucian. He had dash up, and even if...
Oh, Photon, he's looking for another solo kill. Okay, nothing to talk about. We're good.
Yeah. Again, it's really, it's like 2 swings and 2 misses for XU on bottom lane. Ganking Milio Lucian, they're so mobile, they have really good peel, and
it's very hard for them to kill us if we save our dash.
Hey, I'm watching.
Fighting bot. Chilling. Here.
High chance, I think we win.
On plan.
I think we win.
We can go. Nocturne has flash. Here, Jose.
What's the right side? Nocturne.
I give you running. Nocturne off left.
I'm going.
Yeah. I have a...
Yeah, he's not happy with that one. It's a duh. Yeah, like he's exactly as he says. If I save my dash, we're fine. We can turn it around easily. So nice little answer there. Again, it's another swing and a miss for Dignitas.
So hard for a Corki Nami to either follow up and assist in lockdown or just like get in range, because we saw how far away Yann and CoreJJ got. So when we looked at the Nocturne, you had highlighted in draft, Annie's the big kind of setup tool for this, plus the Rumble. Like, that's where I want to see XU play towards. But now, like you said, 2 swings and 2 misses in the bottom side means that Jose Daejeon back into this game here. Although, as I say that, he's still behind in camps. XU is, regardless of these failed ganks, still managing to get back to the clear. Grubs, meanwhile, being taken topside, so Jose Daejeon picking those up. And had that first blood gold as well. So individually still has a gold lead, despite the fact that XU farming pretty efficiently. And now looking bot side again. I mean, XU is just committing to this bottom half of the map with the Paranoia, and they're going out with the tidal wave. It will go wide. And now the tether lands onto CoreJJ, but FBI's hitting LYON instead. They just don't have the same target selection, and the damage is not going to find a kill.
Kangas, 3 strikes and you're out, buddy.
Yep.
That's another swing, another miss. They're just out bottom lane, and look at that. When you go for this gank and then they're still able to put so much counter pressure on you, it is definitely not hitting for Dignitas early. However, The Annie is doing well in isolation. Palafox will be able to look for these, big flash engages for the Annie. He's handled lane phase really well for himself. Going very even here versus the Aurora, avoiding some of the timers there from Pantheon ganks. And as much as we've seen Morgan get low and Morgan have to flash away and stuff, no deaths on the top side, and
Nope.
the tank is farming fine versus the Comet Rumble. So.
And Photon has been one of the strengths. He'll drop the equalizer down for more damage, hits the wave as well, so he's trying to get this shoved in. You have to imagine maybe going for a reset afterwards. But either way, it is Photon that we've seen as kind of the strength of Dignitas, the one that has been the bright light for them, as FBI again trying to trade against the Encore JJ. But despite that fact that I see Photon as the strength of this team, XU's been heavily focused on this bot side. We highlighted the 3 misses, and now it's Team Liquid's time. Grand Starfall under the turret, TP defensively. FBI taking damage from Jan, who's taking up the turret. Jose Deodo's all alone now, will get one, but Photon TP's in and looks for the turn onto Core JJ. Meanwhile, Jose Deodo still healthy. Core will be sacrificed. Aqua Prison lands onto Jose Deodo, who's now trying to take Photon as his escape path. Throws up the Aegis Assault, but Photon gets on the other side. A double kill to Photon.
Photon's like, okay, fine. I can't get these kills to actually, commit onto the Morgan,
Scion.
but I will go down to the bottom side.
Yep.
Good teleport from Photon to finally get something to hit. Yeah, finally.
They needed that.
Swiffer is praying. Thank you, Photon. He's playing to the Photon God.
Yeah, let's get another look at this, as it's Team Liquid that started up, but they just don't quite kill FBI fast enough.
There's a couple of things here. So Pantheon Ultimate, takes a while into the back there, and it's very easy to land your bubble right on the arrival point onto the spear of Jose. And Photon was so ready for it. He immediately starts channeling the teleport, so good reaction, good comms here ahead of time too for Dig. They're probably like, hey, these guys are itching to dive us.
Top gap.
You know what happens
Same, bro.
when a
Same.
batter strikes out, Kobe? You just send in the next batter. Photon comes in, and that's a home run right there. Or at least 2.
Photon really has been the real big bright spot for Dignitas. And sometimes it's hard to move the bright spot around the map for top lane, but he is able to do that. Very nicely done there. Get the counter play. Chop down some of that early TL gold lead, but the bottom lane says, fine, we're going for the swap then.
Yep.
TL up to the top side. And we get interesting where it's a desync, and Ignar recalls and comes back out to help Photon in the switch up of the 2v2 here.
Yeah.
Get the extra sustain for him, and Rumble with the shield and with the Nami sustain should be able to collect the farm.
And with the Leandry's completed, he's the strength of the team. Now Trinity Force picked up by FBI. This will delay the quest slightly for Team Liquid, but with the Dragon taken by Dignitas early, there's really nothing to play for on the bottom half of the map anyway right now. It's going to be a minute 20 seconds until that Herald spawns, but Morgan's actually getting a lot of work done down here. It's going to be multiple plates picked up now by the Scion. No one's answering this.
Morgan constantly getting a lot of work done. We'll see if it ends up mattering too much. Again, he's into the very nice first item for against double AP solo laners with his Hollow Radiance. So shove the wave real quickly, get him to explode, and works either way when they assign the lanes later. But only 1 turret plate left on that bot side tower, and it is a cannon wave, so Photon at the very least will be able to go collect the money from the wave, and even gets there in time for the cannon itself. So that's always nice for him. Keep his lead.
Turret's like 1 auto away from falling, though. That's actually surprising that Dignitas took that long. We saw FBI pick up the Trinity Force and run mid, and then they switched Palafox top, which meant Photon had to take the long walk bot side. So Team Liquid find themselves 1.1k gold in the lead. A lot of that being on Jose Deodo. But now Morgan, getting some of those plates and waves in, is catching up to Photon, who picked up the double kill earlier on. But still 2-2 in the score count. As some more trades in the mid lane here. Magically healed up, but actually the Paranoia comes in from XU, diving onto Jan. The fear lands, but now he's under turret. The equalizer roasting down Jan, and it is enough to kill him. Dignitas find another.
They're able to get enough damage this time. Again, another Photon move, another kill for Dignitas. Good equalizer from him. And with the last little bit of damage from FBI too, they're able to collect the kill and finally take down LYON, even with all the melee appeal, even with the counter flash there from Pantheon. And now on the Rift Herald fight, they're teleporting Sion in.
Yep.
Morgan's going to arrive.
Team Liquid fancy themselves a fight. LYON has just respawned and is running up, but Dignitas, they used a lot of ultimates for that one. Equalizer and Paranoia down, so they back off as Quid getting chunked by FBI in the mid lane here. Do Dignitas still want to stick around? It looks like they're backing off Palafox. I imagine the call is give the Herald. Team Liquid will pick that one up.
So Dig with the big investment early, and they do get their kill on LYON, but the objective's still going over the way of TL afterwards. With the respawn timer still being pretty quick this early in the game. So here's another look at it. They started off, then he uses his dash, and so then you're like, all right, Nocturne has a good angle here. Core JJ goes with the ultimate, they go with the heal, they go with the Mikhails as well. And even with all that, the last rocket from FBI gets him low enough that the tick of burn, as he just barely walks off of it, is going to be just enough damage here to collect their kill.
Yep.
However, again, it's kind of mitigated. Still being able to get the Rift Herald for TL, so not too shabby for them. They will be able to collect some guaranteed turret plate money with that down the line as well. Well, I say guaranteed. It's not necessarily guaranteed, but it is very, very easy now with the with turret plates being on all towers.
High likelihood. Morgan actually going for a 1v1 onto Photon right now. Drops the equalizer, slowing up Morgan, roasting up in the ultimate. And we'll just back away. While Photon got the kill, and that was great on Daejeon, Morgan did take that bottom turret. So the gold lead in the top lane, it's like 300 is basically nothing. That's one tiny component right there. That's basically the glowing moat in Photon's inventory. So Morgan rather still doing just fine, holding the line against the Rumble. Meanwhile, 15 seconds for this next Dragon, and we see both teams posturing around it.
Yeah, I mean, he has so much magic resist. He can just walk on the Rumble ultimate at this point, and all good. So into the setup here for Dragon.
Deep TP coming in. Paranoia used early as well, and now they're looking at LYON. Flashes back under turret. As Core JJ throws out the Breath of Life, calling for some damage traded back. Team Liquid lose the flash on their Lucian, and the ultimate on their AD carry and support. But Dignitas were not able to find that kill.
See if they can follow up. They actually do get a flash just with a Q.
Yeah, Morgan channeling that one up, and FBI just positioning incorrectly. Now Quid looking for a flank here. Goes between World, trying to get back to the safety of his team. As the Nami ultimate will land onto multiple members. Photon chasing down Quid, still no cooldowns available, and Photon on a rampage! Swing batter. Photon steps up to the plate and knocks him down.
Quid made himself dizzy in that one and went back to the wrong side. Dig.
They're looking for a re-engage right now. Flash forward from Morgan, lands one stun onto FBI, but the team's already given up on the play. So unstoppable onslaught away. Now equalizer onto Core JJ. Team Liquid support. The Leandri's burning, but he is gonna live it. Photon not quite in range to get that follow-up damage. Dignitas asserting their position on Summoner's Rift.
Very nice for them. Dragon number 2. This is actually quite big for Dignitas. I mean, yeah, TL still have their, 1.3K gold lead for themselves, but looking very good for Dignitas, even with a lot of these summoner spells blown now, too. You have no flash on LYON, no flash on Quid either. For the Nocturne to try and prey on for the next few minutes. So here's another look with this initial Nocturne ultimate. You get a lot of damage with him and FBI, and it actually gets the dash and flash out really quickly. Photon teleports in. He got a bunch of damage on Core too, so pretty big value there. And then they try and go for the flank. So Quid, we're watching him from the bottom side, but so is Palafox, and Palafox sees him. So Palafox watching from the brush, they know the entire time. They wait for it, and they immediately turn on to Quid. They get so much pressure onto him, and you can see the reactions from the coaches pretty early on into that, knowing, yeah, Photon's just going to be able to flash over Chase here too. So Photon, Kangas.
I could have been, or could have killed everyone there.
Yeah, okay.
Could have killed them all.
Could have been better, yeah. Okay, he still has his flash, so yeah, maybe if he had gone for positioning a little bit more aggressively and with the flash.
Yeah, and also I gotta say, I think that there's a chance Quid accidentally walked into the other side of that ultimate, because he then had to flash over the red buff wall right away. Seemed like in the replay maybe that was not where he wanted to be, but 4-0, Photon is Dignitas right now. 2 items completed, and now he can start to shred that magic resist of Morgan.
Yeah, feeling very, very good. The Bloodletter's Curse, if you can Rumble ultimate early on, start shredding them, get a lot of soften up damage, and then Palafox flashes in too. Huge, huge burst potential. Dignitas here. Hey, maybe game ones are their thing, Kangas.
Yeah. And again, if we're going back to the batting analogy, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of baseball. I know batting like 60. Is that
huh?
like crazy? Batting 100? Batting 100 never happens. But he's batting 100 right now. He hasn't died. He's got 4 kills.
Sure.
Photon's, he's like the guy. He's the ace right now.
He is. He is the guy.
Emily's going to be so disappointed that I didn't find a better baseball analogy. I know she's a big baseball fan on the broadcast.
He is him, as they say. All right, well, we'll see how long you remember. He remains him. And Baron on the map. Vision control here for Dignitas, but side lane pressure is going the way of Quid, pushing on bottom side, and he has teleport ready. He's going to have to be a rotation over for Palafox to go catch that wave so they don't lose any more resources. And it's, still very early. I saw some of the chatters saying, it's going to be a Dig win, but it's
excitement.
Still very, very early, and they are still in the gold deficit. And, Lucian does have Infinity Edge completed here, so we'll see if Dignitas can continue the pressure onto LYON or if Lucian is going to find some time to hit in these fights.
Paranoia again as we're actually jumping in onto Quid between worlds, trying to get away, but the tether continues, and Palafox gets another kill for Dignitas.
Really good stun from Palafox there, sets it up so that XU can position very aggressively.
Big chunk onto LYON. Ooh.
Yeah. Constantly putting pressure out here, and that was another good Nocturne ultimate follow-up right there. Palafox, if we rewind it a little bit and see, he's been creeping in some of these brush for some good positions. He's got some surprise moves here. Quid was looking around on the outside, but another good punish from Dignitas on Quid.
I mean, if you're playing the Annie, that's kind of what your job is find the engage, find the cheeky, out of position member, or the way to use your rocket belt, use your flash to get in and land onto everybody. In the comms listen in earlier, he had mentioned, I probably could have done a little more, but since then he's been just tracking these flanks and tracking people out of position. And now that's 2 deaths on Quid. Palafox on the Annie stepping up big for Dignitas. Now it's no longer just Photon that is the lead. It's actually Palafox with a slightly bigger gold lead over his lane opponent.
Yeah, I mean, for sure there is a mid diff in the favor of Palafox in this game. How many people ahead of time you think would have said that? Quid, who...
Be honest.
Yeah, Quid, who most people think is one of the best mids in the entire league. But in the first fight, he does not reactivate his ult to take it down so he could walk out, and so he walks back in and bounces back over to the danger zone. Second one is just a good move from Palafox, flanks him, and now...
Another Paranoia mid lane and another tether landing, but again, LYON gets back to safety. JJ has to flash, Photon TP's in as Dignitas full send onto this play. Quid throws out between worlds and another re-engage from Morgan. FBI gets the kill onto Quid, and Team Liquid cannot back up their Scion. He gets one, can he get out? The fear back into the damage of Dignitas, and FBI can roast him down. Kill credit to XU. Dignitas find out 2 for 1 in the mid lane.
Woo, they're getting some objectives now too. They get a tower for themselves, Kangas, and another dragon. It's all about the timing. Timing is everything. Dragon number 3 acquired for themselves, so they don't care that they're still in a small gold deficit here. Looking already towards the Dragon Soul 5 minutes in the future. These engages from Dignitas have been so good, even with LYON and JJ kiting back and trying to heal and evade a lot of the CC. They still lose so much pressure, and they're on the run from the entire time. The ensuing fight goes Dig's way most of the times. Here's another look. They're pushing up, they want the rest of the tower, but they go for this extended engage, and the fear tether is going to mean Mikhails is used early. JJ also has to flashback, so once Photon teleports in, he throws down his Rumble ultimate, kind of dodges around here, and they again burst down Quid. Quid dies, the FBI shoots him down as he was trying to flash away there, and certainly has not been his game, so good there from FBI, blows up Quid, then they get the counter kills. Morgan's like, yo, guys, he's trying to be the tank for the team.
You're not supposed to be doing the most damage in a fight on your team if you're the tank. But we see also, even though Photon goes down, look at the damage XU and FBI are able to do. FBI is pumping right now on the core keep. XU played that fight beautifully, being able to get around Morgan to fear him away from the turret then. and then buying all this space. Dignitas now find themselves on Dragon's Soul Point, Kobe. They're doing it again. I don't want to speak too soon, as now Ignar gets chunked by Quid. There's always a chance that Team Liquid find a big play and a big moment to get back into this game, but this is Dignitas 2 series in a row getting a really solid lead in game 1 versus an opponent everybody expected them to lose to.
Dignitas believers, now is your time. You can come out, show your faces.
You don't have to hide anymore. As now the unstoppable onslaught into the mid lane. Paranoia answered. It's again all on the Photon, and they will take him down. Another shutdown as Jan will not be traded. Dignitas cannot find an answer.
Whoops.
Team Liquid, they actually
a little
get
early. maybe don't come out that early. Don't show your faces quite yet. Wait for the Dragon Soul. We'll wait for that Dragon Soul.
Head back inside. We'll let you know when it's safe to come out again.
TLAW. They took down the Dignitas King, Photon himself.
Yep. Another shutdown, by the way. Like, they already got the kill on him before, and that's now 2 shutdowns. So Photon started 4-0, now 4-2-1. He is the focus for Team Liquid. And if they can keep killing him at the start of these fights, I know the last one Dignitas was able to win. But, that fight was a very different story, for sure.
Definitely was. Let's see. Nocturne Ultimate, that's going to be the timer they look for, so should just be defensive right now, even though the posturing is fairly aggressive. They have...
losing his health.
They do have vision on the Scion walking up, so they shouldn't get surprised by this Scion movement over here. The flank from Morgan.
Nice rockets from FBI trying to get some chunk down is now the dive from Team Liquid. Sidestep by FBI. The unstoppable onslaught is not going to land on its target. Morgan will get the turret, but he'll trade his life for the cause as Jan jumps away from the equalizer. Photon not quite able to set up the team to follow up for more. So,
Dude, okay, that we need the comms listening for. It says that tower is literally 1 auto. It has crystals built up on it, so you can pop it. Or Morgan's like, you know what? Yeah, let's instantly pop this tower. I'll sign ult in. But with Nocturne Ultimate, you saw the movement immediately. Nocturne ult is popped. All 4 members, other members of TL, they're backing up. Well, Morgan is driving straight in there. And so the power of a Nocturne Ultimate goes crazy, man. You turn out the lights.
It's scary.
All of the best laid plans go awry.
Look, man, have you ever tried to run into the basement with the lights turned off? That's a scary feat right there.
No, I've never tried it because it's so dangerous.
Going on us.
Mid.
We cannot go.
어디가? Where are you? Where are you?
I'm dead.
Back up, guys.
Yeah?
See, that's what comms are usually like. Where are you? What's going on? Hey guys, I
Where's
can't
my front
see.
line?
They're like, yes, I know we can't see. None of us can see. It's a Nocturne Ultimate. But where are you? Where are you? We can't come.
Dignitas.
I love that ability so much, just for that simple fact.
XU is the monster in the basement at the bottom of the stairs. You got to get past to turn the lights back on. Team Liquid are too scared to walk up to him. And now they still got the turret, though. So, I mean, gold lead is basically the same, Kobe. Team Liquid are in the lead, technically.
Yeah, but that is so good for Dig. When you can keep the gold lead for 10 minutes to be the same, the impact of that is very, very low. Look at the item completions. You know, you just want to match as many item completions as you can. And with 3 dragons, they have such an advantage in the setup. Vision coverage, though, for TL is good. They're in position early.
Yep. 2 key items I want to highlight. Seeker's Arm Guard for Photon. Guardian Angel for XU. Despite failing the 3 ganks bot lane in a row, he's still in a good spot. Paranoia popped again as Palafox a little separated from the rest of the team. Quid jumping around him. Now the Paranoia goes straight in onto Jan, but Dignitas could not follow up. Instead, they're looking at Morgan, trying to take down the front line. He'll ult away, and Dignitas have pushed Team Liquid back from the river.
Again, lots of value from this Nocturne Ultimate. It allows Dignitas, they burn down the Scion. Corjide flashed, too, really early on the Melio because he didn't want the engage on him. Here comes the teleport re-engage, though.
Yeah, Morgan, he gets chunked. He's fine. He backs. TP's back in. Photon flashing forward, trying to roast down. Has the Seeker's Arm Guard, but he comes right back up. Team Liquid don't have the damage to kill him, though. Morgan's buying them space, but Team Liquid are not walking up to use it. Instead, Dignitas are still chunking through this Scion health bar. Team Liquid have now retaken the river. XU stands alone, and he'll watch as the dragon goes down. Team Liquid deny the Dragon Soul.
Ooh, Morgan coming back in with a huge shield and refilled health bar is huge for them. So much space created there. They are able to avoid the tragic scenario. They're able to avoid the death sentence of the Dragon Soul. Here's another look at it start. Okay, so Palafox is going straight towards Core JJ, so it's a very good flash actually, because Palafox had just used Proto Build, so with Nocturne Ultimate down, they avoid that. They use the Mikhails, they use the heal there, and Morgan's able to escape with his ulti. So he's like, his comms are, I can come back full health with the shield, don't worry, it'll be in time for Dragon. They start to pull it. They have a perfect ward for the teleport arrival too. And then we look, XU down here by Dragon. He can't like burn through it or anything. Cork gives the kickback.
Back to live, another Paranoia and an Equalizer used. Paranoia will go in onto Quid. Goes between worlds, but the fear is too much. He just can't get across. And FBI will get the kill with an auto. LYON, meanwhile, chunked down by Palafox. Flashing forward for the Q, not enough damage for the kill. Jose Deodo has to flash away as Dignitas are winning the fight in the jungle. Chasing Team Liquid's jungler away into the top half. He's got the GA, but he's not going to want to lose that here. He'll take the blast coming away. Dignitas, if they can get that, that is a huge cooldown for him. He'll just Grand Starfall away, and Pantheon's out of there.
He's out of there, and he saves his GA. Kangas, super value there. Oh, wait a second, Baron, though, with the teleport. Here we go. How quickly can they burn it?
Morgan's here. He's trying to buy space for LYON. This is going to have to be a crazy pop-up. Did he earn the Lucian card? Actually, just the threat of them being there is enough to push Dignitas away.
Yeah, I mean, they know Pantheon has no ult to get back there, but he could just walk back. With you getting home guards down lanes, wherever your minions are, you actually walk back so quickly, even to the middle there, with Baron taking a really long time to burn through. So Dignitas say, you know what? No Dignitas Baron throw this game. We're going to look towards a Dragon Soul. I think that is very, very advisable. They don't want to take any huge risk at this point. This game is so winnable for them. And see about the next setup here, because the Guardian Angel is completed on the other side as well. Yep. XU has his, so you know, both junglers here with fairly evenly matched 3-item spikes. Both have the ults ready for the dives.
Signs of growth for Dignitas, I'll say, because LYON is the one with the gold lead on Team Liquid at this point. He's got 4 items completed. So yes, back off from the Baron. Don't throw the game there. They didn't have to force that. Yeah,
growth for Dig, and honestly, like a recession for Quid. This has probably been a pretty rough one for Quid individually. See if he can have more impact in the next team fights with this Aurora, or at the very least, stay safe.
Yeah, he's a bench warmer right now in this game. Has not had his big pop-off moment. Only 2 items completed. As it's 2 minutes for that Dragon. Dignitas can try and play the slow game and just play for the objective. Paranoia will be popped as Colleen is answered by Team Liquid. Yeah, not getting a lot of damage. They will actually use the Paranoia now onto LYON, looking for the Fear Tether. Equalizer on top as well. LYON chunked out, so now turn the attention on the front line again. Morgan is just too tanky to fall. Team Liquid will get their top laner out of there.
Ooh, the sustain here. They actually stay alive. Everybody, after walking over the Rumble ultimate, still able to keep the front line alive as well. Nobody going down on either side. And I mean, we're taking stock of these summoner spells. The only one with flash is Core JJ left after all of this. Everybody expending these ultimates in order to do so. But now we're looking again. Dragon Soul threat remains imminent every 5 minutes. And it comes right back up again in 1 minute in the future here. We've got the next one on the timer for Dignitas. So see if they can position aggressively again. Put that pressure onto LYON specifically here.
Yeah. No flash rather on LYON though for that Dragon fight. I believe Quid will have his. It's about to come off cooldown now. But now we're just gonna jump in straight in onto Core JJ. Flash now used by the Melio. Dignitas just back off as the TP comes in for Morgan and Palafox. Equalizer only on the Morgan so far, and again he'll try and walk away. Tibber's stunned, but he's got too much tenacity and will use the ultimate to get to safety. So Team Liquid again get out without losing any members.
This time, Morgan won't be able to teleport back because he just used teleport to get there in the first place.
Yep.
But he does live, and he's got, what, 17 seconds now on the Dragon, so he's going to have to walk. I mean, this is really good setup for Dig now with Sign with no ult.
Oh, and now big damage on LYON. FBI just walks up and tries to solo him. Quid sees his angle. Not going to follow up on FBI, who barely lives with a sliver.
If Quid just had a tiny bit more money this game.
Yeah.
If he had just a tiny bit more money or experience.
He's
15. If he was 16, that would be a different story. If he had a tiny bit more money, if anything, had gone just a little bit better this game for him, he would have had the damage there to kill, but he doesn't.
And FBI's got the Nami, who's just going to heal him up, sustain him, so he's fine right now. Didn't even have to go for the reset. Team Liquid are now approaching. They have Grand Starfall. They have Flash on Pantheon. They have an angle in. Dignitas are starting up the Dragon. It's under half health. Paranoia to turn the lights off. Palafox on the flank right now. He's focused, but even he might just get away as he flashes over the wall. Morgan flashes to look for the kill and doesn't even have it. Palafox gets it. Morgan surely will trade in the zombie form. Jose Diego has a flank right now looking to delay the retreat of Dignitas, but they just turn back around with Exu on the flank. Guardian Angel available. He'll give it up to get the rest of the team out. Dignitas get the Dragon Soul, will lose a few members, but they got the objective.
All right, what else here? What a scramble in the end. Are they going to try and force on Baron or something? I mean, no Guardian Angel and no jungler for a long time here for Dignitas. Team Liquid, they do have a little bit of sustain. Let's see. All right, they're going to start it up. Quid's ulti coming back in 7 seconds as well, and now he is 16. So there's real threat, and with FBI bottom, they've got it. Baron acquired, even though Dragon Soul was picked up by Dignitas Kangas, making this one real interesting.
We got a close game, everybody. Baron plus the gold lead. That's 2.6K in Team Liquid's pocket. Now 3.5 with that Red Bull Baron power play. Let's see how much more they can get from it. But also, let's see how Dignitas got the Dragon Soul.
Okay, so Palafox is trying to keep out enemy jungle. He's positioned here, but LYON has early vision on him. Nocturne ult goes down. They try and burst down Palafox on the left side. He flashes in. He's basically out of the fight, though. He drops his ulti and helps them burn down frontline. Wow, on the top side of your screen, Exu was kind of zoning the rest, as well as the Rumble ultimate. And so that's why the fight was so scrambled here. And they go Morgan for Palafox, basically, to start it out. Then you have the kite back. And Dignitas, they make the call, you know what? We're not going to be able to chase through. So this is our split initiation there is going to have to result in a double loss for them, losing the GA as well as the life of their jungler, and consequentially, the Baron itself. But they do have the permanent power of Cloud Soul. All this movement speed with Nocturne, with the speed of the engage already from Dignitas. Let's see if this new bonus with all the extra speed is going to mean the difference.
And then Paranoia again popped early. Team Liquid pushed off from the bottom turret. Dignitas will not actually follow through with the engage. It was just a threat to delay the Baron siege of Team Liquid. A lot of teams typically will favor that Dragon Soul over the Baron, but it all comes down to how much you can get done with the Baron. Team Liquid are sieging up on 2 tier 2 turrets at the same time. If they can get both of these, it's a lot more gold in their pocket. And if they almost kill FBI, also feels pretty good. Jan just walking up, earning that Lucian card there, showing what the 4.5 item Lucian can do.
Big damage from Team Liquid. They're going to get so much money off of this. Already the Baron power play.
5 item Lucian, actually. Yeah, Jan is online right now. 3.6K individual lead over FBI.
Yeah, both of them do have a decent amount of burst damage, but Jan's got more.
Yep.
And let's see, can they, like, it's a little difficult for Dignitas. You saw how they kind of called off the last engage. Even when Quid was fully mid, they don't want to over chase there, and Exu can't just go by himself. Even with a Rumble ultimate trying to help Quid.
Quid's trying to do it all himself right now. Weirding lands onto Exu, Grand Starfall as well. Team Liquid thought that there was a little angle there to find a couple of picks. Dignitas able to answer it and get out.
All right, a couple of ults for a couple of ults there, with Nami and Nocturne both using defensive ultis in response. So not the worst look at all. Just an attempt right there. And man, what a close opener here with Dignitas and Team Liquid. And this is with so much discussion all year long about Team Liquid blasting every team in scrims. They are the scrim gods, Kangas. The conversion rate for scrim bucks just went through the roof. But a lot of them in lock-in tournament, it was just not accepted on stage, the scrim bucks. And then everyone's like, okay, well, Spring Split. Now the TL scrim, power is going to be seen on stage. But let's see, because this one is way closer than most people would have expected coming in.
And again, there's a little bit of Dignitas magic, Kobe. They did this to LYON. They made it close against Team Liquid in the lock-in tournament, best of 1. They have the ability to find moments in these games where they have, you know, playable game states. They still don't have the lead right now, I'll say, because of the gold, but Dragon Soul kind of neutralizes that. So this basically is an even game as Paranoia will be used. Everybody onto Quid. He has the stasis, so Seeker's Arm Guard used. Equalizer to delay the rest of Team Liquid. FBI on a killing spree. Dignitas find their man. Now with a 5v4 flash from Palafox. Aqua Prison onto 2, but Team Liquid absorb it all! Double kill Daejeon regardless, and Team Liquid find magic in the 4v5. They absorb the re-engage of Dignitas and turn it right back on their heads. Flashback from XU. Grand Starfall from Jose Daejeon. He's looking to chase, and XU does not want to lose his GA this time around. Jose Daejeon, the chase will continue. Can he find him?
Well, all right. We got the hide and seek continues, but the big takeaway there from that fight, they got a Tibbers into Aqua Prison on 2, Kangas. But guess who was not one of those 2? LYON.
Yep.
LYON was not one of those 2. He was not locked down. And even if you take out Quid, you take out one of the carries of TL, they've got a far more rich carry.
Quid don't matter. He's 0-4 at that point.
LYON will do the carry work for 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so Quid down here. They see him use his invisibility, so they're like, immediately, all right, let's blast this guy. He's trolling, let's kill him. He uses Invis, he uses his stasis as well. Quid is down, they think, great, look for us. Guess what? Let's destroy them. But LYON, top side of your screen, you see him up there isolated. Palafox went with stun onto 2, and then LYON just blasting over here with the damage onto Ignar, and with Morgan and Jose, both very healthy and safe as a front line. Jose with the GA, and then Morgan just being silent so tanky. That's plenty. That's plenty for them to win the team fight. Oh,
Coach Swiffer,
he's going through it, man.
unimpressed.
He's going through it this game because Dig did so much to give him hope in this game. And there still is hope, but less than before that.
Less now. Elder Dragon picked up by Team Liquid. Baron's up in 20 seconds. So let's see if they're going to go for the push and try and find a fight to close it out. Elder Dragon, it's a long time to waste to just use it to get the Baron, but it looks like Team Liquid are setting up for that.
And the positioning is something I just want to hammer on so much for LYON and Core JJ, because we said at the very beginning of this game, what is most critical when you have Melio games? It's positioning away from your carries, but close enough that you will be able to help them, but you won't get caught in it as well. And you know, you make them make the choice, and good positioning there, like isolating LYON from Core JJ. He was off by himself, and he was in position to do damage, so even though they got the engagement on the other side, it was all well. And because of that fight, you know, we don't have to go too much over all of the rewards for that fight. That fight was the critical part, but having the Elder off of that, having the Baron off of that, that's a recipe for success, Kangas.
And now Team Liquid can look for the Siege. They have their second Baron. They have the Elder Dragon buff on top of it, at least for another minute here. Dignitas are going to have to mount a Nexus defense. With these 2 turrets, Team Liquid still walking in just this one wave. It is 5 champions clumped together. They're not looking to split. They're not looking to siege multiple lanes. They're looking to end this right here, right now with the Elder Dragon. As LYON getting chunked out slightly, Quid jumping in. Across the Veil, Photon throws down the Equalizer onto the wave as the lights go out. Paranoia using huge chunk onto Morgan. XU will go in and immediately back off. They're just delaying the timer. If you can wait out the Elder Dragon, you can find a much better fight.
Yeah, definitely, but TL, they're just going to keep on pushing forward with the Baron, with the Elder.
LYON! Massive damage on the Palafox right there. A couple autos out the Grand Starfall straight into Aqua Prison, but it's missed time. Jose Daejeon throws up the shield, and Team Liquid rip apart Dignitas in their base. Double kill to LYON, as the Nexus will come next, making a triple kill and a Game 1 win for Team Liquid.
TL are successful, but Dignitas made them work for it. Fun opener to the series.
Much closer than you expected, and Dignitas find a little bit of magic, but not enough. But I think he showed why the Lucian is a threat, and also he was somehow able to mind control Palafox as to forgetting that he existed with some of those engaged, specifically the one in the mid lane. But if LYON can sub up again like that, I think this is an easy 2-0 for Team Liquid. But the fact, Tanner, that Dignitas just keep doing this. Last week with LYON, and now here with Team Liquid, at least making it close. Like, is there something to Dignitas, and are we disrespecting them with our expectations coming into these series?
Absolutely. I think Dignitas is not a bad team. They're not the best team, but they're definitely not a bad team. They have a lot of players who are very good, and it's no surprise to me that they can go toe-to-toe with some of these teams like Team Liquid.
Sure.
All right, so let's get into the draft for game number 2. For both of these teams, I'm interested to hear, when you're drafting against them, is there anything out of the ordinary in particular that you keep in mind for either team, like a specialty with these individual players that deserves more respect than usual?
Well, off the top of my head, I've always thought about Ignar as the king of engaged supports. So
Yeah.
I always think about that, but in this meta, it's very rare to actually have
tough.
an engaged support, so you don't have to think about that too much. And then on the side of Team Liquid, I always think about, well, Quid is kind of the master of Yon and Akali. So you always do kind of need to think about that, but that's more to be safe for the 4-5 fan.
Yeah, get a little deeper into Fearless. See later on, the Ezreal and the Seraphine and the Karma all taken out for this bottom lane. So are there other like Ashe pairings that you prefer, or is it really mainly just with the Seraphine?
I think Seraphine is like the god pairing, because of how the two champions work together with the root and the slows. So there's other pairings, but maybe not as good as that.
I mean, I'm feeling like Yanara Lulu's that next high priority one here. If we're going to look at these kind of bot lane pairings, maybe something like the Bard, Caitlyn, or Varus. I mean, Varus pairs with a lot of the supports as well.
So I always really like Sivir lanes into Varus lanes, but we'll see with the rest of the priority for other lanes as Orianna is still left up. And speaking of goddess champions, that's got to be god of the mid lane at the moment.
Oh yeah, Orianna, it empowers all of the jungle champions, it wins lane 1v1, it definitely feels like the best overall mid laner at the moment.
Will Quid take the Azir matchup? That's the question. Because again, Palafox, I mean, he had an interview. Did you see the interview?
I did not.
He claims that he wins both sides of the matchup.
That
Ori
sounds like
and Azir.
sounds like Palafox. But I give him credit, he could probably do it.
Okay.
Also, so many people really prefer the Orianna at the moment with the current state of the champions. But we're going to see some other options be available. A lot of people like to go kill lanes into Orianna so that when you get into the side lane, oh, well, that was the hover. But a lot of people do like to go, that's why you saw the Akali, is you can put a lot of pressure side lanes later on the Orianna. She's squishy. You can look to try and get kills. But we do get the classic, the Azir Orianna. So we will put it to the test.
Quid's taking the challenge. He's stepping up to bat. As bot lane and mid lane locked in now for Team Liquid. Let's see if they go for the support pairing with the Varus, or, okay, they're just going to go for another solo lane. So Gnar locked in for Morgan.
Choosing to drop jungle here, so we'll see what Jose Diodo comes up with in the 4-5.
Yeah, I feel like you can go pretty deep on jungle champions, but are you worried about any particular, Gnar counter picks or anything from a player like Photon? Is he really going to try and abuse?
I mean, Photon is good at some of these melee champions that are good against Gnar.
This would be one.
Here's one.
Yeah, there you go.
This could definitely be one. It's always really interesting because I feel like you do need to support it with jungle attention.
Yep.
But there have been, I feel like there's so many games where the Sylas just gets out of control, and you do have some pretty good options for stealing ults already directly into Gnar, of course, but you have basically the key for a lot of the Gnar counter picks are gap closers, so you can try and take advantage of Gnar when he's in mini form, and remain similar here. Plus, this is one of the AP options actually, so it means your jungle and your top lane can be really good in a 2-on-2 as well.
This is super exciting. Getting a Sylas matchup against the Gnar in this game, especially because I feel like Photon had a great Rumble game last game.
Yep.
So this is going to be really exciting to watch. The next thing I'm looking out for now are the bans from Dignitas. You see that they're banning Skarner, which is a good control champion for the Azir style comps. And I'm excited to see where Dignitas takes the bot lane draft because they need to make sure it's something stable so they can help this Sylas out. Yeah,
immediately when I see something like a Sylas, I think, to Kobe's point, it can kind of demand some jungle attention. You want this to be in a good spot, so having something on the bot lane that can play safe, it's not going to be the Jhin, it's not going to be the Ezreal. I mean, maybe you go back to things like that Ashe again. Yeah, Corki's not on the table. Like, I don't think this is the type of comp where you want to go like the Yanara Lulu.
Yeah. Again, I always like the Sivir one because you can focus on farming and you can spell shield a decent amount of the poke. But we'll see what they go with. A Sivir ult would also be great for the team comp with the move speed, but we'll see. Keep their options open. Meanwhile, on the other side, not going to be able to pair it with the Bard there. And Bard is another one of the other, like, different lane champs that try and deal with Orianna. When teams are like, okay, we're giving Orianna, they always try and come up with things that can punish low mobility. So not going to be able to use the Bard either there. I like that ban.
And I love the fact that Team Liquid are even looking at that Nico, because typically I think Nico with Varus, I like that pairing. I like Varus with a Bard. I like Varus with supports that can, you know, help set you up. But you don't want to give Nico ult to the Sylas. So not giving that one over. Instead, they have to ban it out. It's like, what do you pair with Varus at this point? Whoa! Senna for Dignitas.
Wait, you're not a fan, Kangas?
Well, is this going to be able to play safe enough that you can put jungle attention to the top side? I guess you're not really going to like play the Senna lane.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what Ignar picks with the Senna. My first instinct is to say I do kind of like it because it does help the top side.
Yeah, and also I associate FBI very closely with this champion. He has so much history on it. I feel like he definitely likes playing it. Has had a lot of success. Of course, the champion has gone through a cycle of changes over the history.
Sure.
Always buffing and nerfing the soul
Never know where it's
generation and
gonna
stuff.
be.
And has gone through many iterations. But okay, here we go. Core J says, fine, I'll lock in a Nautilus and we're going to kill you. We're going to look for some kills.
There we go. Find some way to engage onto the Senna. Set up the Varus as well. Can be a lane bully if you're able to have the right support pairing with it. And now what do we see in the jungle here?
Combo blocker here. Very effective against Xin and against the Sylas. Oh, they're not going to lock it though.
Aatrox instead going into the jungle. Damonte, what do you think about Aatrox for Jose Deodo?
I think it's good. It's a good pairing with the Azir, in my opinion, because I think you kind of need a little bit of fighting power with the Azir.
More damage.
What I'm paying attention to, though, is this Nautilus pick, and that's another great ultimate from Sylas.
Yes. And let's see what Dignitas round out their composition with at the very end. It's something that's going to pair with the Senna in that bottom lane.
Ignar
A couple
Alistar.
options. Oh, I mean, you talked about it. You like seeing Ignar on these engaged champs.
I think Dignitas have cooked.
We're gonna see some energy Ignar showing up here.
Oh, oh, true. That's a real question.
I'm gonna say that they really need it because the Team Liquid draft, if like the game is smooth and even, those champs look pretty scary.
And you know what? We always talk about the Senna with the Scion. You know, throwing out the W and then shouting it through the wave. What about headbutt? Yeah, you think we'll see one of those?
Maybe.
Maybe in the Silver Flex game. Too,
I'm just setting it up. I'm planting the seeds in case it grows into something.
True.
Yeah.
True. We don't have to harvest that plant, or that plant might not even grow. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Headbutt's really good to use on champions too.
True.
But I'm just most excited still for a Sylas pick because there are always so many of these fun counter picks in an art, and I've seen Sylas really be able to abuse it if. Especially you can have some jungle attention. I really do love this one because you can always force the engages. Sylas with basically the double gap closers, both your E dashes and your W. You can always try and force timings on Gnar. And Gnar is one of the champions that sometimes that can be really detrimental, you know, around your Gnar bar. They can punish you in mini, so we'll see how controlled TL can keep this because as you say, Damonte, if they can keep it controlled, then it's going to become beastly.
Eyes on the top lane for Game 2 of Team Liquid versus Dignitas. As Photon locking in the Sylas, and even the bot lane cooking a little with FBI going back to Old Classic in Senna. And a lot of ults that Sylas can take. When I look at Gnar, I look at Azir, I look at Nautilus, all those are juicy.
I love all the defensive wards. Obviously, they're very common, but Aatrox is, as far as junglers, players that are like natural junglers, you know, those of us that play non-top lane converted jungle champs. A lot of us complain about how Aatrox can just delete our Raptor camps. Aatrox Q is it's very good for counter jungling, and sometimes you can have Aatrox go for lots of weird counter jungling starts, and so getting some proper vision around for the early stages is definitely advised. And it looks like just going to be the bottom side start for both of them, so everything pretty calm right now, and it's usually expected when you have a volatile top lane matchup that can be swung. Hey, we're saying, do you want jungle attention? Yeah, both junglers also feel that way, and they're going to start bottom side clears instead.
This game kind of takes me back to some old metas. You got two melee champs in the support role. You got both junglers claiming
Kind of
top
nice,
side.
actually. I like it.
Yeah, it feels good.
Comforting all the exciting metas here with some brawlers.
Yeah, it's looking like back when you used to play, Damonte.
Shoot, 10 years ago?
Dude, where's the Kiana Rumble combo when you need it?
Come on, let's see it as Dredgeline lands here. Level 2 hit early by FBI and Ignar. But Team Liquid still trading back pretty nice onto FBI regardless.
Okay, see if they can soften them up early on. Of course, worth noting with FBI here with the double mobility summoner spells, looking to glide on them later on. It can be hard to pin down, Senna later on, and we'll see. The key to me is always, does the Senna get to the static Shiv cleanly? Because then it just makes it so much easier to play the game. It helps out with your minion wave clear so much, and see about that. Oh, nice little bouncer move here from Ignar already. Keep him off and keep the early push going. A little bit of damage on the turret plate. Play for some extra turret plate money early.
Yep. Meanwhile, jungler's still pathing top side, so hovering around the Sylas and the Gnar. Photon is getting that shove in right now as mid lane's also trading health bars. Actually, 2 pretty low health bars on this top half of the map. Let's see if Photon's able to get this wave in, because right now, if Jose Daejeon really wants to go for it, maybe he can find something, but no, Morgan's going to go for the reset.
Yeah, he's chilling because he does have the Phaelites ward as well for the extra vision, and Mini Gnar not going to be able to start anything out on him. So pretty good positioning, pretty good start here for Photon. Push it all the way in. Now we're getting the recall for XU because he does not want to mess around with the top timing there, and recalls into his buy with the extra control ward to go for bot side Scuttle Crab. Pretty calm, yeah, pretty calm opener. Early, no Magic Mantle picked up for Morgan. I think that is necessary for the Sylas matchup, because otherwise the trades just build up and build up and build up on you until you are in lethal range.
Yeah.
And then you start having to give up a lot.
And Demonte, this is something that I've been very interested in with junglers. What do you think about this kind of like delayed second scuttle? Because XU, he doesn't take it immediately, he goes to the reset and takes it. That'll delay the next spawn. How much has that really affected the meta? Because I feel like jungle focus on scuttles has been fascinating this year to track.
Well, in this one, he kind of has to just base first and then go to scuttle because he ended his clear on top side. If he walked all the way to bot scuttle after clearing his Krugs, it would have taken longer than if he just based, bought his items, bought a pink ward, came out, and now he's ready for his second clear. So that's the big reason he did that. I think another interesting adaptation junglers do is XU could just leave that Scuttle Crab up for a while to avoid the 5-minute 30 Scuttle fight.
Yeah.
Which is not exactly what he's doing here.
Sure.
He's just doing this because of his jungle pathing on the first round.
Okay, so not quite leaning fully into that adaptation in the strategy, but still going for an efficient clear nonetheless, as Photon this time has his wave towards his side of the turret, takes another trade there onto Morgan, as both junglers yet again just pathing towards the top side. So not a lot of action going on early game here. Could just come down to these objectives as they're spawning up. 15 seconds for that dragon. So I don't think he was spotted by that ward. Now he should be spotted. So Team Liquid, their jungler awares now, drops down the control ward, and XU will clear that. Says thanks for the little bit of gold.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of time to do it. It's a perfect low timing here. You know, Krug's still respawning, so easily and efficiently grab that before heading back up. So honestly, pretty good vision all the way down the river here for Dignitas, so they can keep on coasting here.
So Demonte, which team do you think benefits from a slower early game? Because I'm seeing Azir, I'm seeing Senna, I'm seeing some scaling on both teams.
I think it's pretty close. I would say Dignitas may be favored in the early mid-game if it goes slow and they can find a big timer. But if that slow game goes too far into 2 items, 3 items, it definitely benefits Team Liquid.
Okay, interesting.
Nice little lane gank here, by the way, from XU. He's perfect.
Gnar from Morgan, actually stolen by Photon, but traded back by Morgan. So lane gank is absorbed, and no kills found on either side. No summoners blown either.
Nice answer, yeah. And I feel like lane ganks are a little bit underutilized, so nice, attempt there because they do have good setup with Sylas. Again, it's during a timer where you have so much free time, as in you're waiting for your next spawn of camp, so might as well try a lane gank. Oh well, it doesn't quite work out. Morgan has a good counter Gnar ultimate and disengages it, but you don't lose very much. XU's still actually going to be able to get the Scuttle Crab anyway. Topside Scuttle Crab acquire for him. That feels very nice and can just traverse to the other side too. Honestly, I wonder if there's even going to have anything come of these support roam timers. Core JJ will at least reset out of mid, and maybe they'll set up at least for some Dragon Vision or something.
Ignar's going to somewhat answer that as he's passing towards the bottom jungle, but Core JJ gets to the mid lane first right now. Not spotted on any wards. But Palafox is still positioning very safe. Been very impressed with Palafox in laning phase so far this split, as well as this series.
Getting there first does oftentimes yield benefits, but because it is so matched, and you just saw Ignar go down through Dragon Pit as well, drop his ward, no real action takes place.
Look at this, isn't fair. Palafox is up 10 CS in the 1v1, winning
Yeah.
the Ori Azir, and now Team Liquid's team is helping Quid get back into the lane phase.
Yeah, hey, Palafox, he said it in the interview, and now he's following through on it, at least winning the Ori side of this matchup. We're going to keep track of that all split. That's going to be my little mini game, is how often does he get the matchup and how often does he win the matchup. As XU's hovering on the bottom side right now. Flash engage from Ignar, flash answer by both CoreJJ and LYON. Team Liquid's bot lane not interested in getting caught there, but now they don't have the flashes, and in comes XU, has the Crescent Guard, but not able to get on the right side. Instead, he'll just flash in on a LYON, taking up the turret. First blood to FBI.
So nicely done, and Ignar's like, yeah, I can just take this with my Alistar ultimate. Let's continue the play. XU wraps around, and Dignitas get a first blood.
Nice, Dignitas. I feel like
Solid.
XU's having a nice little game here. He's obviously going to trade some top camps for that play, but
Gets the flash there, so value for Quid. Burn Orianna flash. Maybe they do get a jungle gank or something on next timer here for Quid.
Yep.
Have the flash advantage, have the Azir ultimate, but his team was helping him out, As Monte said, it was no fair. It's not been a nice
We
play.
actually see Morgan alone in the top lane right now. His jungler's taking the grubs, and XU with the audacious charge. Morgan's trying to run away. Teleport in from Ignar. Morgan getting hunted in the top lane, while Quid getting in some trouble in the mid lane. Rooted up, but will survive. Top kill picked up by Photon.
Some signature Ignar Alistar we're getting here.
Yep.
I mean, we are getting some of the energy Ignar play. He's making play bot side, so making play top side with the Summoner Spellbook. Teleport up there. Nicely done. Yeah, jungler attention and support attention helped out with volatile matchups.
man,
Exactly.
Dignitas are playing great right now. I like this rookie game.
Fantastic start, 2-0, a small gold lead as the dredge line will land here in the mid lane onto Palafox, followed up with the ultimate, and CoreJJ just autos
Not
him
fair,
down.
man.
That is not a true 1v1, but Team Liquid still get a kill.
Where's the honor, huh?
No honor amongst mid laners, Kobe.
True, true.
Yeah.
But actually, it's all the other people that are coming to intervene.
Actually, yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure Quid was saying, no, don't come help me. Please
I
stay
can
away
do
from
it on
my
my
lane.
own.
I definitely didn't burn Palafox's ultimate or flash already. Yeah, but really good run for CoreJJ,
Yeah.
obviously, clearly taking advantage after Quid had burned the flash from Palafox with his Azir shuffle earlier on. So good follow-up there, and again, TL keeping it close. So this series really has been delivering.
They did use a lot on the mid gank though, so let's see if they try to fight Dragon.
Dredge line in onto XU again, Chain of Corruption as well. Crescent Guard answered. So Dignitas the jungler just fine for right now. Team Liquid using 2 of their ultimates, traded for 1. Jose Daejeon still has the Aatrox ultimate. Hasn't used that one yet, as FBI is going to start hitting this wave next, and neither team will actually start the Dragon. As I say that, though, Jose Daejeon does actually start that one up. In comes Quid from the mid lane. He gets there faster than Palafox, and CoreJJ and LYON are still holding the approach. So let's see if Dignitas actually want to go for this. Hex Flash charge by Ignar. Not going to commit immediately. And there we go. Dragon just picked up flash from Quid. Ember's Divide on the Palafox. How about an objective and a kill? LYON gets that one as the dredge line. Just the tip landing on XU. Trying to get back to safety. Ignar helping his jungler get out of there as Jose Daejeon and CoreJJ will continue the chase onto FBI, who backs off now. Last Embrace lands, but CoreJJ is just fine. Team Liquid find the objective and a kill.
They get the bonus treat afterwards. Quid uses hit. Wait a second, it hits the stair.
Another W. These last embraces just cannot miss. FBI with the kill on LYON, and XU was still in the neighborhood. CoreJJ will fall as well. Give a double to the Senna. FBI showing up huge.
FBI Senna, man. I swear, Comfort Champions here looking pretty good for the bot lane.
This is a beautiful game of League of Legends. I love the push and pull that's going on. I feel like one side of the team gets ahead and the other side of the team gets ahead, and it's just nice to watch.
Yeah, so Palafox still no flash, and you called it, Kangas, as Quid's like, great, I've still got mine. We'll go for the timer, and easy follow-up there. Then CoreJJ's hook kind of pulled him right out of the air. Cinematic replay, but he can escape anyways.
And then
so,
turn the play afterwards. I mean, the fact that they were able to find this.
Look at the 1v1 down here with LYON and FBI. First, he lands a snare on the core JJ, pushes him, or delays him as he's then clearing out the ward. But he gets positioning around those ranged minions for the Q to kind of set himself up.
Landed everything. Landed the Piercing Darkness, the Last Embrace, the Dawning Shadow. Check, check, check. FBI 3-0 now on the Senna. And Kobe, that's a static ship I see completed in that inventory.
And honestly, he had like A+ before he even got the static ship. So now his rewards are you get to delete those minion waves, deal with them way, way easier. He certainly is in his comfort zone. All right, Dragon, though, is to the side of Team Liquid off of the previous play. And once again, we're going to have pretty competitive fights towards the mid game. And we haven't seen any like further attention played to the top lane up here. So we'll see maybe once you get some item completions coming in, we can start to get a little bit more aggressive. It's just that one with the gank, the kind of double gank with Summer's teleport from Ignar as well.
XU now.
He wants to
push out from his own jungle. The Banana Brush control from Team Liquid. Lethal as another dredge line comes in, but now Core JJ has to flash back as Ignar was ready. TP in from LYON. Bot laner joining up, and Team Liquid are still fighting for control over that brush. They will get it, but they had to use 2 summoner spells.
Yeah, XU doing a little bit of bait right there, trying to use the wall to his advantage, let it hit, but still close enough, not going to pull him in, and Ignar goes for the attempt on the counter, and okay, no flash on the Nautilus. Definitely a possible kill target.
Something interesting that's happening right now is Palafox wasn't able to finish his quest before the lane's completed, but now that I look at all the inventories, it doesn't really matter because Quid doesn't have a pair of boots bought yet.
But now he might get dove. Yeah. He's got defense on the way, though. You see, look at the Xin hovering along the lane. Nice little insurance policy here, and so you don't see any further rotation over.
Jose Deodo backs off, and Palafox is able to stay just safe in that bot lane. Orianna wave clear coming in clutch right there. So now, yeah, I mean, as we are cresting into the 14-minute mark, that's kind of the stat breakdown that we have. That's kind of like what we consider the laning phase, as now the lead is still there for FBI, but mid lane, slight lead for Quid, Jose Deodo, as well a slight lead in the jungle. So, Demonte, I'm going to go back to the question I kind of posed for you early, as if it's a slow early game, who does it favor? Now we've seen some action. So now at this state in the game, which comp are you favoring?
All eyes on Photon right now. He has his one item completed against the Gnar. Gnar doesn't have Triforce yet. Big disparity in how much those 2 items cost. So I think... Ooh,
another dive onto Palafox. Uses the shockwave early onto Quid, but not onto the wave. A teleport coming in as he's just autoing Quid down, and LYON will not follow up to aggro the turret. It's just a TP from Photon to cover Palafox in the mid or in the bot lane.
Interesting too, because this is all taking place 30 seconds before the Dragon. 30 seconds before the Dragon. Now you have no flash on the Varus.
That's tough. Yeah.
Very big ramifications there, and you know, Ignar was roaming over from the mid lane, so no flash on the Varus afterwards. Palafox got to still farm very effectively under there, and just requiring the defense of Photon's teleport, but I think that is well worthwhile. They've actually sent Palafox up to the top side now, so no teleports at all will be available for Dignitas as we approach that next Dragon timer, and they're actually just going to go immediately and start out the Rift Herald anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Demonte, you were just mentioning eyes on Photon, had that completed. He's the one that TPs to cover, but then the team instead TP Palafox to the top side and go for this top half objective, and it looks like Team Liquid will spot it and then back away. They could run straight to the Dragon if they want and attempt to their second, but Quid will get that bottom turret regardless.
Yeah, better to get Azir paid. Keep him in the side lane, keep farming.
I do think Photon's TP was a little bit hasty. Also, he walked all the way back to mid after that play and allowed Azir to get this bot turret. I think a lot of pro teams consider Azir in the side lane getting a tier 1 like he just did as a win condition for Azir. So, honestly, I would give this round to Team Liquid, and it's reflected in the gold lead now.
And a second Dragon picked up as well. They're 800 gold ahead, and pretty much all that being on Quid. Individually, he is 1,000 ahead of Palafox. So, laning phase, Palafox wins the matchup. But then you just get a little support interaction in there, and suddenly, Quid's back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, They did burn his flash. That was 1v1 from Quid. And then
true.
They punished him twice when he didn't have it as well.
But the 10 CS lead.
True.
The 10 CS lead's important. Now it's a 10 CS lead for Quid, as Palafox again has to shockwave the wave and delays the dive. Core JJ was nearby, as well as LYON, so Palafox reading the moment will survive. Team Liquid still have 3 members up here. They might go for a dive on the next wave.
Every time the camera pans to Palafox, it's him against 3 Team Liquid members.
This is crazy. He's going to try and hit this wave again, as Jose Deodo will just go straight in under the turret. The Daunting Shadow for the shield. Ignar for the lockdown, trying to turn something back. Jose Deodo flashes to safety with the World Ender, but now the rest of Dignitas see blood in the water and a shutdown to XU. First kill of the game, punishing Team Liquid's dive.
Honestly, Palafox, he saved his flash and just accepted his death, and they still got a counter kill.
Yeah, not bad. They might even get more here, as they could look for another dive onto Quid, but that's a teleport in from Morgan to back it up. Dredgeline lands here onto XU, and Quid's actually doing a lot of damage right now. FBI backing off with the Curse of the Black Mist, getting his jungler out of there.
And there was a Secret Herald that was placed there in the mid lane, so Photon got some gold in the back half of that.
Yeah, Silas does scale quite nicely too, and we have yet to see him in some team fights here and pulling some good ultis. Like, there's a lot of good engage ultis for him to pull off the enemy team. And maybe we'll get to see the Silas really start to shine once we get to some of those team fights.
Yeah, we actually haven't seen that much out of Photon despite getting that kill earlier. He has fallen behind on the CS to Morgan, who now has a slight gold advantage for himself. So waiting for that big play from Silas, as ultimates will be traded. Chain of Corruption for Unbreakable. Ignar gets out of there. And now Dignitas, actually, they might even look for more here onto Core JJ. The slows from FBI. He's feeling confident to walk up with no Chain of Corruption anymore to punish his positioning.
I mean, he should be. Like, he is cruising. This Senna, 2 items already. You have Black Cleaver. You're shredding for your Xin as well. On top of your Static Shiv. Very, very successful start for him.
Also, reminder that the LCS Spring Finals will be taking place in Mullet Arena at Arizona State University from June 13th to 14th. Tickets are now available, and we got a QR code on screen. Scan that to pick up your tickets today. As Photon looking for a play onto Morgan, we'll push him back. DeMonte, do you want to go to the Mullet Arena? You know, come hang out?
Of course I want to go.
Are you going to be competing or watching?
I'm going to be competing.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Wait, you're in the chair? Or
no, I'm the guy behind the guys in the chairs.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you considering a haircut change for Mullet Arena attendance or
You
not?
can pull it
Should
off.
I bring the mullet back?
I
used to be rocking
I
one.
think you could pull it off.
I'll do one if you do one.
Oh, do I have time?
And if Kangas does one.
You know what? I'm down. I'll do it if Kobe does it.
All right, done deal. We're
All
all
right,
in.
we're going to have some mullets
Mullets for everyone.
at the Mullet Arena. Mine might be a wig.
I feel like there should be a mega mullet meetup, the MMM.
Oh.
down.
So all the fans, everyone with the mullet
Yeah.
needs to take a picture at the
Yeah.
Mullet Arena sign.
That would be
All right,
fantastic.
chat. Who's in?
We can have the-
Who's down to mullet with us?
The mullet fan zone in the arena, where you have, in order to sit there, you have to wear a mullet or have a mullet.
This is a great idea.
This is a fantastic idea.
Good job, guys.
Genius meetup here. The melding of the mullets.
Oh no, that sounds pretty cursed. I don't know if I'm down for that one.
What about
Braid them together.
braid them together?
Do the wave. You know, one stands up, you have to stand up because your mullets are connected.
Yeah, we'll figure out some mullet activities for everyone to do at the mullet meetup. You know,
Just, you know, some brushing. You know.
we'll have a photo shoot for sure.
Oh, yeah.
At the very least.
I don't know what else you do with a mullet.
You know what goes well with the mullet? A mustache.
I got that one locked already. As right now, Team Liquid are pushing the mid lane for the Dragon setup. 30 seconds until that one's on the Rift. And they're clearing out some of the vision, but there's a lot of deep flanking wards available for Dignitas if they want to send Photon for a TP flank.
This is it, Photon. Show us something.
This is how you
Poking him with a stick. Let's see it. He's going for the TP right now behind the Dragon Pit, but it's Dignitas already getting engaged on. Quid throws out the Emperor's Divide, pushing back Ignar, but there's the flank from Photon! He got onto Quid, and a shutdown to Palafox. Dignitas, a double kill to the mid laner as they smash Team Liquid at the Dragon fight. 3 kills to Dig, a rampage to FBI, and Team Liquid have 2 members left to try and catch these waves. That dragon belongs to Dig.
Photon shows you something right
He
there.
showed it.
Ask and you shall receive. And I was also about to say, he just went back to base. He just purchased that Riftmaker. He just got enough gold. You saw the recall from top side. He's buying it in base right now. Then he teleports out with his 2-item power spike. He arrives with the big shield right after Quid had already used his ult for disengage. So he says, thank you. I now have your ult. I'll get you and your flash too.
That's exactly what we wanted to see out of Photon. Nice. We waited 21
Beautiful
minutes
stuff,
for
but we're back to live here, and Team Liquid are contesting out the Baron, but Morgan heavily chunked down, has to take the blast gun to safety. No one's fallen on either side, but Dignitas can keep chasing down this Gnar, about to hit Mega. FBI with the Q auto, W for the root, and he's gonna have the damage. Unstoppable on the Senna.
Yeah, he's dodging everything too. So much move speed with the Swifty boots as well. Mid tower, you know, in the efforts while they're chasing him down though. So TL trying to get something back there at least.
Yeah, they're getting some gold in their pocket, but they've lost the gold lead. Dignitas, specifically off of that last play at the Dragon from Photon, now hold the gold lead here. And DeMonte, I think you had the right idea. Eyes on Photon. What is this guy going to be able to do on this very exciting top lane Sylas pick?
The next thing to watch out for, really, though, is what we were talking about at the beginning. As Team Liquid gets to their 2, 3, 4 items, their strength does go up a lot.
Sure.
So Dignitas still, the onus is on them to close this game out.
Yeah, part of the whole reason they had so much success in that fight is the focus all onto Quid.
Yeah.
And they burn Quid's defensive ultimate on the initial engage before Photon's even there. So a lot of the work is done. Yeah, Photon is, you know, he's the GOAT. Okay, yeah, you killed him.
Props to Ignar as well.
He's usually the best player on Dignitas.
Sure.
But also the team, you know, burning the ultimate kind of set him up. This Baron play, though, from TL.
Yeah, Team Liquid are looking for it, but it's spotted. They saw Quid auto-attacking from that pixel brush in the top river. Dignitas are wise to this, and that means Dignitas will back up, but they get TP out of Palafox.
I think that's why one of the biggest takeaways from that fight is not only did Photon get the kill on Quid when he comes in from the flank, but Quid tried to flash, so no flash on the Azir either. It takes away so many options.
He's got the rocket belt as, ooh, it's actually Photon getting engaged on right now. Chain CC from Jose Deodo and Morgan. Jose Deodo with the kill, and now the flash dredge line sidestep by FBI. Team Liquid will not find another one, but that one pick might be enough for the Baron attempt.
Dignitas goat down.
Oh, no. But Team Liquid is just showing why they're such a good team.
Yeah.
Even when things go wrong, they're still in it. They're still playing around mid really well, and they find the pick.
Still have a 2-item Aatrox right now. Big threat on Team Liquid's side as Core JJ and LYON will hold the line and the approach of Dignitas. I mean, maybe XU can find a way in to carry that shockwave from Palafox, but it's not going to be through the mid lane. They're going to reposition around by their red buff. The Baron's bursting down. 3,000, close to 2K. Ignar goes into there as XU looks for the steal, but it's Quid that secures it as now damage turned back onto the support. Core JJ goes down. XU knocked into the wall. Morgan will find the kill, but FBI is peppering him down with the damage, and Palafox on the killing spree. Kills traded up for Dignitas, but the Baron secured for Team Liquid.
Yeah, but Dignitas, now they get to run the Rift and wiping most of those Barons off. Let's take a look at the setup again.
This was really ballsy. I don't know about this out of Team Liquid. It was just a complete flip.
Yeah, LYON is in the back of the pit getting annihilated there on the Varus. He got, you know, the spell shield knocked off.
Yep.
Baron, oh my god, was that 4 HP? I saw 4 HP.
Yeah, Azir got it. I don't know, even with an auto? Yeah. Wow.
Something like that. But also the Dawning Shadow taking out LYON there. I mean, this was a disaster of a fight for Team Liquid. Getting the Baron's a consolation prize.
Well, how Baron did we get? I was smurfing. What the fuck?
Classic Ignar.
Dude, Ignar has been smurfing this game, though. You know, credit, right? He deserves it, man. He's only missed out in participating in a single one of the kills. Actually has been some vintage Ignar Alistar play for him. And okay, all right, they basically wipe it all off, and it's negative 800 on the Baron power play after that one anyway.
0011 for Ignar, 605 for FBI as Photon will take the depth charge from Core JJ, and they are ready to fight in 15 seconds for this next dragon.
And all that was set up because of the mid play that we were talking about from TL last time, where it actually had started where Morgan got into this side brush at mid lane and popped his sweeper, and they saw Photon coming around for the flank. So we'll see if the vision game actually results in a big meaningful play again for them, because currently they have Morgan himself split pushing, and Morgan is getting more work done. So he had the sweeper play for the last one to find the pick, and the split push here with Baron does find value.
Yep, Team Liquid just leveraging their early advantages they got, which is the 2 dragons. So they trade the top tier 2 for Dignitas' second dragon. Nice play.
And another plate there in the mid lane as Quid will get out with a little shuffle. Looks like almost one final play, but nope, it is still available to pick up from an auto on Team Liquid. So overall, that is a positive Red Bull Baron power play. 200.
Yeah, technically positive.
On a technicality.
There you go.
We
Big,
get by. Yeah.
Humongous Baron power play.
It's a plus sign in front of the numbers.
It certainly is. So checking in on FBI's Senna here. He is at his 4 items, and they're actually going for an engage.
As the shockwave from XU onto Quid, he's able to shuffle away, but the Donnie shadow damage is there, and Quid just cannot escape. Wind becomes lightning, kill to XU as Core JJ tries to escape with his team, but is delayed. Dignitas find 2 in the bot lane.
Oh my goodness. XU got in that side brush, and XU plus FBI jumping on Quid again. Dignitas, this whole series, Kangas, they've had significant good plays, lots of positive things to say. Really looking for them to actually finish out a game here, though, and push us to a game number 3 and make it all worthwhile. I have to say, I do always have so much confidence in FBI's Senna, and he is just scaling like an absolute monster in this one. So XU, again, he got into the brush like I'm talking about. He sweeps it, and he's right in Quid space. They get the ult out early. It allows FBI to move up right into him, and they get so much damage here. And then the W to finish him off from XU. I believe that was the ability. Yeah, he charged into Core JJ, and then he's able to hit it here to finish off the kill. XU sneaking into the brush. FBI just been farming away on Senna. Huge lead for him, and Sam is not happy.
I mean, it's such a bummer when one of your players just like face checks a bush and then dies. It's just like, as a coach, you know, what is there to really say? It's like, don't do that.
Yeah. And it's your Azir.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Bad. Smack him on the wrist.
When Demonte keeps talking about how monstrous this TL comp is going to be, a lot of it hinges on Azir being able to pump damage. Later on, and it's close to a death cap, so.
Yeah, he's getting there, but he's not even at 3 items. You're talking, Demonte, about like the 4-item spike. Well, guess who's already there? 4 items on FBI. So this is heavily in favor of Dignitas in terms of just the itemization plus the 3K gold lead. The dredge line does land onto Ignar, not necessarily the member you want to full send onto. Jose Diodo is looking for a flank. Flash in. A corruption will be flash answered by Palafox. TP in now from Photon. But it looks like Team Liquid are backing off. Depth charge is taken. Throws it straight onto Quid, but he will get to safety as well.
Not too sure about that one, Photon, but I like it, I guess.
Okay, that was a default to trust moment.
Yes.
He's like, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say I like it anyway.
Well, you know, this game is just showing me why Team Liquid is so good, because I feel like they are so patient with how they use TPs, how they use their spells. Obviously, Quid, don't do that in the bot side. Yeah. But you see Photon is really hasty to use his TPs this game. Palafox is 1v3, 1v4 a lot in the early mid game. So even though Dignitas has this lead, it's just interesting to watch. It's fun to watch how Team Liquid functions.
I will say, since that mid game, Palafox has remained safe. Like, he got punished a bunch of times when his flash was blown early by Quid, fair enough. But since then, he's remained safe, and he's stacked up a Dark Seal so much for it, because he has not dropped a lot of deaths since then, and they have been able to win a lot of these team fights. So now, on top of your death caps being completed by both mid laners, the fully stacked Dark Seal versus the 0 stacks there for Quid, as they both hit level 16, and you get to these critical breakpoints here with your rank 3 ultimates having a big punch. For Dignitas, they are set up in another really good and winnable scenario for them in this series. Can they actually finish this one out?
Speaking of stacks, I want to know where FBI is right now on the Senna, because he's been farming up these souls throughout the game, as the chains will land here onto Core JJ. He's able to flash away, dodge out on the Emperor's Divide. Team Liquid drop the Azir turret and still have their defenses, as now the re-engage from Ignar straight in on the Quinn, and he's going to go down! Photon with the kill credit, and Dignitas find their pick.
All series long, Dignitas putting pressure on Quid, both games, even though they don't win the first one. They're setting up to win the second one, because that should be Baron.
Morgan keeps pushing in on the bottom side, will get a turret there, but Dignitas, with that one kill, turn it into their own Baron. They still have the gold lead. And a Baron at 32 minutes here. Dragon's up as well, so they actually won't be able to take that one. Team Liquid are already on that Dragon. It feels good for Dignitas. You get the dopamine of the gold, but I actually kind of like that Team Liquid was still able to get a turret and now put themselves at Dragon Soul point, but a TP in from Ignar. Can he delay the resets? He's going to look for the headbutt onto Jose Deodo as Palafox is coming in. Flash from the Aatrox, and he's just fine.
All right, how positive will this Baron power play be in this one? And yeah, you know, FBI is getting a lot of extra range. AD carry Senna, of course, doesn't you know, stack super fast on the souls, but 117 and really a lot of the gold. I mean, yeah, we always focus on souls for Senna, but also gold is really good on this champ too, because you know, he's working towards an IE as well, and he already is really painful, and he's using the move speed plus range combination very effectively. So the bottom lane for Dignitas has really showed up in this game.
I think we're going to see Dignitas set up a 2-lane mid-bot here, and they're just going to try to go ham as fast as they can, because Team Liquid lost all their flashes in that last fight, and Dignitas has a bunch of their flashes.
Sure.
So this could be an opportunity for them to find a fight and even end the game.
Honestly, this Baron, if you're able to find the right fight, the right kills, you can just walk it in. Massive 3-cannon wave here in the bottom lane.
So they sent Photon back to go catch the wave on top side. He does have teleport, so it's not a big deal. Morgan is quickly expiring back to Mininar and is completing his recall. So easy siege there for Dig. They complete one of the towers and bump their Baron power play up, as Photon was able to catch the wave no problem up on top side, and now is going to walk down to mid for the 4-1 split push.
Yeah, that's a bigger Baron power play number right there. 2K as the siege will continue with 4 cannon minions hitting this turret. X2 pulled back by Aatrox there, but Dignitas just keeping their cannons alive, pushing out the wave, and Photon, meanwhile, is sieging on the tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yep, 4-1 split push going to do its work. They're going to get another secondary tower. So continue to pump those gold numbers up.
Yeah, up to 3K.
Keep up the pressure, keep up the siege here. Senna so effective in these scenarios. Can they do it? I mean, we do have a little discrepancy of the Guardian Angel, where XU is not going for Guardian Angel on the Xin, but they do have one available on Aatrox if they want to try and like just fully send here, but
yeah, I think that they can just walk up. Morgan's going to expire. Yeah, now he's Mini-Gnar, and Photon stole the Gnar ultimate. Now they're going to look for the dive here. The chains land, but pull back onto Ignar. He says, fine, I'll go for the engages. XU followed up with a Crescent Guard. Jose Deodo goes into the GA, as now Photon finds the engage onto Morgan. Stasis used by him, but that's Palafox down. Dignitas got to keep FBI alive. They'll trade back onto Jose Deodo. They'll trade back from Team Liquid onto Ignar. XU's trying to get onto the back line, but he just doesn't have enough damage right now. But Core JJ will fall. The 2 carries left alive as Morgan will TP back in with the shield. FBI and XU knocking him up. TP back in from Dignitas. Photon's rejoining. Morgan's in trouble. Has to flash back to the turrets. Mega-Gnar coming up, but Team Liquid hold the line. They lose 2 inhibitors, but at least hold on to the game.
Yeah, Photon teleport again, not going to get a whole lot out of that one because FBI was able to survive on his own with just the peel here from XU, but they got so much work done. It gets a little scrappy underneath the tower. Yep. The second re-engage was the one that was a little questionable. I do like this one, going for the dive, getting the Guardian Angel out, but then you called it out as Palafox here got rooted from the Varus ultimate and immediately shut down by the Azir. That's where you get some hope for TL.
I like it from Dignitas though, you know? Getting in there.
Yeah, get in there.
They're trying to end it.
They got the rewards too, and then they're still able to recover from it, even though, you know, with the change of corruption, allowing them to get the kill on the Orianna. You get the re-engage from Photon on Sylas. Cooldowns come back up, goes back in. He even went for the recall to try and teleport back in. Both top laners trying to do the teleport entry with the big shield to turn the fight, but job was completed as far as 2 inhibitors.
Yeah.
When you really do examine that, though, Dignitas went from up, what, 5.5 to now up 4. So Team Liquid is probably pretty happy with that.
Just take the game slow.
Yeah, I think taking the game slow, they're now able to push these super minions in, so they're in a good spot for this next dragon, but it's not soul for Dignitas. Team Liquid have bought themselves a lot of time.
Yeah, that buffer actually means so much. You know, Baron being taken so recently means it's still another over a minute till the next one spawns, and the dragon, as you say, not as big of a benefit here for Dig. They're still, of course, going to position for it and work for this one, but I want to know if the super minions from bot side are going to be meaningful, if they get any sort of like standoff here, because the 2 inhibitors being down can start to wear away at your base if it becomes a stalemate out here.
Instant lane priority for Dignitas as they actually will go to the dragon and allow Team Liquid to hit this mid wave. Team Liquid could contest. Damonte, 4 items on Azir. Quid has hit that critical mass as Team Liquid push the wave and are now looking to approach through the river, but the dragon is secured. Team Liquid are just stopping Dignitas from being able to get to that wave.
Again, TL staying all outside of the base, though. The super minion pressure is building up, so it's a triple stack super minion. They have to go respond to it now, so they're going to send Quid down there. The Azir has teleport. They're thinking, you know what? Azir can just clear these out, no problem, and teleport in. Hopefully the delay on arrival is not going to be super meaningful. They even sent Core JJ back too, so Dignitas full priority over this Baron.
And it looks like Team Liquid will have to approach a dark jungle. No wards placed down from them to spot this out, so they just got to guess it's happening. They'll start walking in. Jose Deodo does not have the Guardian Angel anymore. Throws up the chains onto Ignar, who's able to sidestep away from them. And XU just keeping Jose Deodo out of the pit right now. Morgan's looking over the wall, has the Mega Gnar available. The Baron is secured as now Jose Deodo jumps onto XU, making space for Jan right now to try and throw out the damage on the Varus. And XU keeping alive as Morgan did not find the flank he was looking for, but Quid finds the shuffle, dodged by Palafox. XU trying to get to safety now as they pull back FBI, but the Senna damage is real. Palafox with a kill and FBI lives. Team Liquid cannot kill the carries as Palafox pulled back in. Now Jan can look for it. The stasis from Palafox. Jan getting chugged by FBI and Palafox gets another kill. Dignitas are winning the Baron fight. They'll get the objective and the kill.
Dude, XU with a Death Stance and Sundered Sky and Senna healing survives that entire fight. That is crazy. Dignitas, they secure the Baron, and Genghis, they're going to secure the game.
TPing Photon in. He's going to Gnar ult Morgan into the wall. Says thank you for that one. An ace for Dignitas. And we are going to game 3. Dignitas take game 2.
FBI 7-0-13, full build Senna with the QSS in the end. Woo! Dignitas showing up.
Quite the game. That was pretty good. I like that a lot.
Incredible stuff from Dignitas, and they've shown now they can take games against LYON, they can take games against Team Liquid, they can take games against the top teams in the LCS. Let's hear from the analysts to break down that game too.
Yeah, Damonte's legacy now forever secured.
You know there's a couple of guys in Arizona that are like, yes. Finally. They already had a mullet. They were just looking for an opportunity to show it off.
See you there.
All right, game 3. And I gotta say, Dignitas are making their run in the LCS Spring Split very interesting with back-to-back close series weekends. They could still win this series. Damonte, last week we were surprised that they got a game against LYON, but you had mentioned last game that they are a decent team. It's not like they're bad at League of Legends. They know how to play their conditions. So what do you think their condition needs to be in a game 3 in Fearless Draft?
Well, as the champions get pinched more, I feel like, you know, I'm not really sure if it benefits one team or the other, but for Dignitas, I just want to see them pick strong lanes like they did last game. Find the counter picks like they did, and, you know, just play with confidence as they showed.
Yeah, they cooked in the draft. I think that was a big part of how they won. Photon, we had our eyes on him with the Silas, and Kobe, you're always happy with FBI Senna, so do you think that there's anything else FBI could lean on? Any, you know,
they got any more star
Smolder?
power picks? He was big on Smolder. I'm not big on the current state of Smolder.
Sure.
So I'm not quite buying that one.
Well, it's probably not going to be the Ashe because Seraphine's gone. Probably not the Ezreal because Karman's
What about
gone.
sometimes Palafox cooks on counter picks? Like, you know, some LeBlanc pick. He always, you know, like specific some punishment counter picks. Maybe there'll be an area there where he can cook. Because honestly, Quid has been very under expectations for this entire series. And so maybe Dignitas pull an audible, Champ Select. They're like, hey, we got to put priority on mid lane counter pick. Give Palafox something to work with.
True. And Demonte, you've worked with Palafox in the past. As J4's locked in, we're going to see what Dignitas lock in next year. But, you know, in these higher pressure moments against a player of Quid's caliber, what do you think about Palafox's mentality as a player? Like, is he somebody that you think is going to step up and pull out a crazy counter pick, or does he want to go more towards safety?
It's hard to say. I feel like Palafox is just going to pick whatever the hell he wants to pick.
Okay.
So, and I
he's
think
a rogue mid laner.
And to me, he doesn't care. It doesn't matter to him who he's playing against. He's shown that he can play against any player in the world and still show up. So I'm not really looking for a certain pick or counter pick, but it is possible. What I'm really looking out for, though, is what bot lanes are going to do here.
And I'm also looking out for what Xyu's going to do on the Lee Sin. High execution jungler locked in for Xyu versus the J4. And there's your answer, Demonte. It is the Ezreal locked in now for FBI. So even though you don't get the Karma, they are still going for that one.
This makes me think that Team Liquid might try to take away the Bard or go Bard Caitlyn here. We'll see. There's a lot of options, and they keep hovering top lane champs. So maybe they're just going to go with the top 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and I do really like the response opener from Dig, you know, because they see a first pick Jarvan and they immediately get multiple dashes, really mobile champions, so they're not going to be too scared of that one. Jarvan plus an Ahri would be decent. It could open up our Palafox big counter.
Yeah. Galio.
So Ahri, Mel is actually a popular counter pick into Ahri.
Yeah.
He could do that. It's not like super exciting, but is a possibility. Mel has been the attention of some nerfs, quite frequent nerfs actually though, so I'm not actually putting a lot of stock into that one. I think it'll probably be something else, and they're actually not even going to do anything early about it.
Ooh, might be there's a hand. It is locked in here, presumably for Photon in the top lane, as we already see the Lee Sin for Xyu in the jungle. So Demonte, when I see Team Liquid, I came into this with that Dignitas side because, you know, it's exciting that they picked up a game and another, you know, series that we expected Team Liquid to be favored in. But now looking at Team Liquid side, it's a lot of early game that I'm seeing, like J4, Ahri, and Renekton. These are champions that, in my opinion, can make a lot of action happen early.
Yeah, all 3 of these champions are very, very strong. So right away, I think you're going to have to pay a ton of attention to jungle.
J4 and Lee Sin. Which one can make more action happen on the Rift for them as more and more support bans come in? It's not going to be the Lulu Yanara combo. What's core JJ going to be relegated to at this point? I mean, Bard's still on the table. Kobe, I know you had been mentioning that. I like that paired a lot with the Ezreal. Renata taken off the table, so Caitlyn Bard still available for Team Liquid. I feel like Bard is going to be high priority no matter what if Team Liquid do not ban it right here.
Yeah, let's see what they decide to go with. And the LeBlanc that I mentioned, actually they do pay respect to some of the Palafox specialties here. So they also ban that one away. No Nico engage again. Ignar, we definitely highlighted Ignar's engage in the previous game, and Nico also has such a good pairing with Ezreal. That'd be dangerous spot lane to go against regardless of what you're going to pick up.
Ooh, I was thinking about what mid lane champion they might pick. I really like the Lissandra because there's a couple things you need to cover here. You have a Lee Sin jungle, so you want CC. You're against an Ahri and a Jarvan, so you need mobility. I think Lissandra is a great pick.
Ah, see, Palafox getting some creative, lesser used champions back into the meta.
Yeah, you were looking for spice. Well,
Point
how about
click.
Ice?
Yeah, they are.
There we go, yeah.
The point and click always really good against Ahri too. So let's see what they can do with it as far as the bottom lane goes. We've been waiting for this for quite a while.
This would be surprising if it's locked in. Not expecting the low-range Vayne into things like Lissandra. And there we go. Xayah instead for LYON. There's a lot of champions that can get on top of you as an AD carry. So having to get it out of jail free card with your ultimate. And then, of course, the Lovers Duo. Rakan paired with it.
Interesting here. Okay, so Xayah Rakan. Xayah generally doesn't like poke, but The ult is going to give a lot of safety, and if you're looking at some hard engage, definitely want some options for yourself later. Are they going to lock the Galio with it?
Yeah, I mean, that would be presumably Galio support with the Ezreal. But I feel like Bard is still just the more classic answer here. It is sometimes hard to play Bard against this much mobility. Pretty much every champion, and if you count Xayah's ultimate, has the ability to dodge out on your Tempered Fate, but still it just provides so much for the Ezreal, who can hold his own in the lane. You can roam around, help out XU on the Lee Sin.
I think Dignitas' comp is a lot harder to execute than Team Liquid's. This game is going to be really fun to watch, but Dignitas need to make sure their individual play is on point.
And same question then, because when I look at the composition on Team Liquid, I'm seeing more early game focus here. Do we see Damonte a big favor on either side when the game gets later, when we scale in to get multiple items, or is it pretty much null?
Man, it's so hard to say because there's so much skill in this game with Lee Sin, with Bard, even the Zehen and Renekton matchup. There's a lot of skill in this, so it's hard. I can't give it one way or the other.
Yeah, I think it's one that's very close. I don't think there's always huge discrepancies. I always do like a super late game crit AD carry, and we'll see how much work YON can get done with this Xayah, because that does have huge carry potential, especially if you're able to use the ult timely, effectively, avoid some of those big abilities, then can have a lot of potential. And
I think Lee Sin's one of those champions that scales with your skill expression. The fancier you're able to pull off plays, the better it looks, as Game 3 is underway. Dignitas versus Team Liquid. And the burden of execution more so on Dignitas' side with the compositions. Team Liquid with a more straightforward goal here. Go in, find these engages. They have so many tools to get in onto Dignitas members. And I think eyes for my for what I'm looking at are still going to be on Photon a little bit once we get out of laning phase, because Zehen can just do so much work in these team fights and in these skirmishes. And Photon has shown that, again, he's one of the players on Dignitas that will step up when the team needs a carry.
Yeah, I mean, I think the teams are very comparable. They're very, very similar here in a lot of the roles. I guess the biggest difference is probably how the different AD carries play. But they both have a lot of engage.
I'm going to hold them to that, Kobe. 76.7% say yes, they'll go to Megalith. If we don't have 75% of the crowd with mullets, then what was the point of that poll? What's going on?
Not all 70. Not everybody who's watching now is going to be the crowd.
Okay, that's a good point, actually.
So those could be different sets of people.
Could always do a virtual mullet meetup.
True.
Oh, call in.
Who are you going to call,
Video?
though? You call, everyone's calling Damonte?
It's like a big Zoom call, you know?
Yeah.
Damonte, give us your
give everyone
phone
your
number.
Info.
Yep.
Okay, we can do FaceTime. I'm down.
Yeah, perfect. We'll get it.
Maybe
everyone
Discord.
on the Damonte mullet call.
If they want to join in and can't get a ticket, we'll find a way to get you on the show regardless. As right now, top lane priority is there for Morgan, as both junglers pathing opposite directions. Jose Deodo's heading up to the top jungle. Meanwhile, XU's heading towards that bottom jungle to hover his bottom side.
Okay, I really do want to see with the junglers pathing different sides here if the aggression on bottom side does get rewarded, because you're going to have the Lee Sin down there, but Core JJ and YON have the push, so they got a timer now. They can, go for a ward or like fake that they're putting wards down, and summoner spells all still available, but they've got the priority there. Meanwhile, Jose pathing up to the opposite side, and they have a ward to make sure that they can go for the scuttle there.
Early reset from Ignar, though.
Core is deep here.
Yeah, XU's actually spotting out the Rakan as he's taking away his Krugs. But yeah, Ignar went for an early reset, so we'll have the health bar trade, but wasn't able to pick up any little components, not even like a glowing mode or anything, as now FBI will go for his own reset. Ignar can try and catch this wave, but XU's still here. And XU actually might look for a play. No, he's just going to go for the bottom scuttle instead.
Yeah, advantage from the bottom lane already built up enough here with YON and Core harassing under tower, that they are confident in playing out the 2v3 anyway. And you always love that, especially as a jungler. You're like, oh my goodness, yes, bottom lane, they can handle it. They also got visual confirmation. They know exactly what Lee Sin's doing. And we'll see about second clear here, because Both of them are going to know the clear paths off of that, and Jose is going to walk by some of those wards that were left behind as well.
Yeah, spots out one with the control ward placed down. We'll clear that up. Ignar's not able to catch the wave. The cannon will fall, but it's just the cannon that FBI will miss as Ignar is delaying the back of core JJ. But Lover's Duo, there's that passive. He's able to jump back and reset with LYON just the same. So bot lane, a slight CS lead for LYON. Gets a reset with the boots, basically being the differentiator here, and the cold that he's going to be stacking up. Meanwhile, the tier stacked up by FBI. So, Demonte, if we had to put expectations for where these junglers could look early on, because I think of both Lee Sin and J4 as being junglers that have the option. If they want to go for the full clear, sure. But if they want to go for an early play, they can look for it as well. Do you think that any of these lanes are looking likely for that?
My prediction is that nothing is really going to happen until level 6. I think you need the lockdown from the Lissandra for XU to gank mid, and then I think even on bot side, like Jarvan doesn't really want to go on an Ezreal unless Rakan can charm him and knock him up. So my prediction is it's going to be a bit of a snooze fest until level 6.
And Yannick or JJ doing quite well in isolation. He's going to be able to pick up the rest of these minions right here. And see, Bard roam timers, though, can get really annoying.
Charm lands
There's
as the
sick.
Frozen Tomb lands from Palafox. The XP advantage, and even Ignar coming in, flashing under turret for the first blood.
He gets there to finish the job. They hit level 6 on this wave. So Bandits are pushing the wave. Palafox is going to get his level 6 first. Boom, they get that lockdown. And the timing with the jungle and support coming over to be able to finish the job there. They have just enough.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just like she
Just
wrote
like
it.
we drew it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you meant level 6 on the mid laners, of course.
Yeah, on anyone, you know. I feel like a lot of these champions in this game really rely on each other. So that was a beautiful play. I'm sure Palafox, I'm assuming, called that out. Hey, I'm going to get level 6 on this minion.
Yeah.
Bard and Lee Sin, can you guys look? And they came, they looked, and they got the kill.
It's Palafox diff, man. We were talking about him in Champ Select with some of these picks, and he pulls it off. He gets his ult off as he gets charmed. And easy follow-up there from XU, and then they still need a little more damage.
Nice. Nice, guys. Good shit.
That's bottom lane comms when your support is roaming and you see the kill feed pop up, bot lane comms. Oh, good job.
And you saw him hitting his buttons. That's because Core was engaging on him right at that moment as well. He was able to get away. Team Liquid, though, despite losing the first blood, will get the first dragon as they claim this one out of the replay. It looks like XU took away the Raptors while that was going on.
Ezreal's farming away safely by themselves. Always like, oh yeah, good job, guys.
I'm a cheerleader.
Getting stuff done. We'll see on the next timer, though, for Lissandra ult, because Lissandra ult is pretty low cooldown for how big of an impact it does have, and they can repeatedly look for plays. He didn't use his flash to do that. They actually burned the flash of Quid. So Quid, who has been the target of Dignitas, has been repeatedly punished the whole series. And Palafox here, upper hand early on in the pivotal game number 3 in this matchup, and his ult is back and available. He has the flash advantage, but we'll see if the junglers end up going over there.
Yeah, I want to see Dignitas continue doing a play like that. They first got to make sure that Ezreal is safe in bot lane and then look for a 3-man on mid, and that's a great play. The one thing I'm looking out for now is the Mercury Treads will be built on Ahri, which will make the play harder. So
I also want to say, though, that like mid lane priority always kind of influences jungle, and you see there XU doing just that. When your mid laner has some advantages, you get to steal away Raptors. It's so close to mid lane. It's so quick to take away. It can always help out junglers a lot, too, so you get a little add-on effect there, and that helps them catch up in some of the CS where Jose has really been power farming away, and so steal away that Raptor camp. You can make up some of the difference.
And he had dropped that ward earlier on the buff as, ooh, True Shot Barrage not going to stop that back. It was close. But he spots out that now Jose Deodo is on the top half of the map, so XU can just go right from enemy Raptors to his own bottom camps and try and catch up in that CS department like you were highlighting.
We'll say, though, the other lanes that we haven't put on the spotlight here have been getting their own farm advantages, not just bot lane, but also top lane. So Morgan, everyone always hypes up his Renekton, his signature champion. It's a lot of top laners, funnily, have signature Renektons, I feel like, but Morgan definitely does. And both top lane and bottom lane, good little farm leads earned for themselves for TL.
And when I think about Zehen, though, I still think that he's just a monster later on in the game. So he's going for a more defensive build, picking up the Bramble Vest for the solo matchup 1v1. It'll put him a little bit behind in a power spike, but it just means that you're probably not going to be dying to that Renekton anytime soon, as the grubs are picked up by Team Liquid, or at least 2 of them there.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah?
Do you know why he only does 2 grubs?
Why does he only do 2 grubs?
So he doesn't get the alert up to the enemy team.
Man, you were smart.
Oh, that's a jungler right there. I'm a support main, so no, I was never going to get that one.
I like how you didn't even try and answer that, though.
I just immediately flipped the bag.
You were like, why does he? And I was like, hold on there, buddy. So where's the fan?
Kobe's got an idea.
We got this one.
Yeah.
He does.
Well, thanks for having my back there, Kobe. I appreciate that. As Ignar gets chucked out of the bottom lane. Not level 6 yet. CoreJJ did hit it there, so almost found the play. But again, support brain, I can break down. Ignar's not in a great spot, as he is down in XP on the Bard. Typically something that picks up XP with the chimes. You're supposed to be hitting level 6 at a good timer.
Ignar's got it killed, though, bro, so stuck to the scoreboard, okay? I got my roam in. I did the tower dive.
Quickness used, flash onto FBI. The knock-up lands, but the turret helping out. CoreJJ barely lives, as the flash feather recall from LYON will pick up a kill for Team Liquid.
Ooh, fancy stuff there, LYON. All right, both summoner spells invested in it. And CoreJJ, calculations correct on the tower damage, too. He gets out alive. So TL bot lane really doing some work this game. I mean, they earn their own advantages as well, but end up here cleanly executing that one.
That was almost a little bit stinky out of Team Liquid bot lane.
it got dangerous, but they did okay. Nobody died, so it's all good.
Yeah, I will say that is absolutely huge, though. The way that this...
Charm went wide from Quid, so he does not have the CCE ability anymore. Ignar will land a Cosmic Binding, plus the Frozen Tomb. Quid has to Spirit Rush away. The damage, not quite there yet.
It's the power of the Mercury Treads.
Yeah. A lot of tenacity picked up from just the boots, plus the magic resist, which... That's what Bard and Lissandra are doing early on here. But still, you had to burn the ultimate, so Quid will not have availability for that, as XU goes for an invade. LYON! No ultimate, no sums, no chance of survival, as Ignar will land the Tempered Fate onto CoreJJ. The Cosmic Binding not off cooldown in time, so CoreJJ will still live. Dignitas walk away with just the kill onto the AD carry.
Yeah, that could be the problem with investing everything for that tower dive. He had no sums, no ultimate after that play. Good punish. And find here for Dignitas.
Yeah, what a nice play by XU. That was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about the Lee Sin. You kind of scale with your mechanics on the champion. That was a clean insect play right there onto LYON. Not even technically like the full insect, because he didn't have to flash. He just finds the kick and finds the kill. Team Liquid, though, they're going to make quick work of the second dragon. That's what they're finding right now. So despite the fact that Dignitas is now kind of back-to-back times where they found a kill, then reset, Team Liquid are able to get the dragon during said reset.
Yeah, it's been a very standard game from Jose Daejeon here. It feels like he's just doing his camps, hitting objectives on the end of his clears, and you know, they're just playing around bot lane while Dignitas are focusing more in these skirmishes and trying to find the gold when they can.
Man, I'm actually going back right now, and there's such a cool replay like the analyst desk could do after this one. Unfortunately, it's a game number 3, so they don't get time to. But all of the setup there for that XU, you know, cool little snipe play where he's able to find the pick onto LYON. Ignar getting in there super deep on the Bard, and they go through and they get the ward, and then it's on the reset. And so they have this deep Bard vision and being able to sneakily sin through there.
Yeah.
With the point.
Now we have a dive topside though, as XU's looking for another play here. Photon's tanking up the turret. Shots goes in with the Grim Deliverance and flashes out to safety. XU will take up 2 turret shots, but successful dive. No one falls on Dig.
Nice little play. They're finding the gold around the map when they can, and I love to see it.
Quid's looking for another play here on FBI right now. Lands the Charm, the Tempered Fate to buy time for the AD carry. FBI's immediately quickness up, Charm down. Jose Daejeon with the double kill for Team Liquid.
Dude, both teams are just going after enemy AD carries like if they step into the jungle even. Oh my goodness.
They are deep.
They are so deep.
That's crazy.
They're like, what? You're going to attack LYON, you know, halfway through the jungle? All right, fine. We're going to attack you at the base gate.
Next up, Dignitas find LYON in the fountain. If we're going to follow that line of thinking here, let's see how it was set up by Team Liquid.
Yeah, the long chase. So you saw there, you know, Core is chasing FBI all the way from bottom lane, and Quid uses the final charge there to jump in after the blast cone, gets point blank, hits the charm setup. And even with the delay from the Bard, Jose just gets a clean double.
Oh, shit.
I love ignoring that.
Yeah, there we go.
We're gonna have to get like a filter for
I know, that's two of them.
ignore replays. I think it's like 100% of the time he's gonna drop one there. But yeah, I mean that was a good and long chase from them, and then Jose, clean mechanics at the end. Nice little EQ into double and flashes for the extra kill. Double ult on the Cataclysm at the very least, and gets us right back to a TL Gold League Kangas and 2 Dragons and Daejeon under attack.
Yeah, Rakan's just so slippery, though. Hard to lock him down as he's able to battle dance to safety. Now the last grub started up here, the Lonely Grub. They are able to take that down finally before that Rift Herald spawns, but Team Liquid...
Yeah, there's going to be another one. It's not, we'll get more grubs where that one came from.
Well,
it sounds like a movie, the last grub.
The last grub.
It's like the...
Hold the line, grub!
Kangas, why did he take the last grab?
Oh, okay, wait, no, I think I've studied this one already. I had the cheat sheet earlier. It's because the enemy team didn't take it.
Oh,
yeah.
You're smart, man.
There we go. Now, I don't remember why that was. I got a short-term memory, but,
We'll leave that up to the analyst desk also.
Yeah, they'll break that one down, too.
We'll make a list of stuff for them.
I like this. Let's just start doing that all the time as casters. Be like, analysts will talk about that later.
We delegate.
Yeah. We're casters are management, basically.
Yeah.
Middle management. Producers, upper management. Dignitas managing an engage on Daejeon right now, but it's actually turned back around to Team Liquid go in onto the board. Temper Fate will land in time. Ignar trying to save his life for a little longer, but will go down. Now Exu looks for the kick. Palafox going deep on Daejeon, but he's away from the rest of the team. Team Liquid find 2.
That's pretty big for them. I mean, Palafox was he still is the only gold lead for Dignitas, and they chop it down a little bit. Even though they're going to sacrifice some, split pushing on the bottom side, TL making the jump, they're going to be able to get push on top, get the Rift Herald nicely for them. So,
Photon getting a lot of work done on this bot turret is a saving grace for Dignitas, but these are 2 kills picked up by Team Liquid, so they're going to walk away with a little more gold from the play. Yeah.
Yeah, dodges here from LYON. You can tell they're trying to attack the Xayah, but he still had the ultimate, and then Bard ult here isn't going to be able to save them. Jose still finishes off the kill, and then Palafox has nowhere to go.
I think this is a big reason why I was saying... Ooh.
Lissandra. Nice job, guys.
Nice job, guys.
Nice job. You were saying?
I was saying that this is kind of why I was favoring the Team Liquid draft. It feels really hard for Exu to find a good angle here. I think all the champions are a little bit slippery, and Xayah with the ult. Plus, the state of this game right now is perfect for Team Liquid. Xayah's got a lead, and she is like the hyper carry in this early game team comp Kobe was talking about earlier.
Yeah. See, once we get some more crit items added on here too, the pain could be very real. I mean, LYON was good for it with the Lucian game. We'll see if that's going to be the ticket to their success in this game. They're set up with a very good mid-game setup here. Already 2 dragons. The next one is on the Rift Kangas.
Yep.
So that could very well be their Dragon Soul point. They do have the vision coverage on the line brush, but Dignitas know at the very least, they're not hitting Dragon or anything. They've got control inside. So maybe they can come up with some sort of flank play here, get Palafox into a strong position, and look for a burst combo. They do have the push on bottom.
Watch for the Temper Fate. Watch for Team Liquid. They actually get the charm onto Exu. Temper Fate will land, but Exu surely falls after this. Morgan with the kill. Team Liquid the first to find the engage, and they take out Dignitas' jungler.
Beautiful play from Team Liquid. They're always at the location first. They're always making the play first, and it feels like they always have numbers.
Ooh, Palafox almost had the damage to take out LYON. Still had the ultimate available, so Xayah theoretically was fine. But let's see if Palafox wants to look for more. Doesn't have the flash, so I don't think he's going to have the angle. Team Liquid get the kills, and they will now get their 3rd dragon.
Yeah, I mean, the engage is so fast and so good from their side, with the Rakan, with the Ahri, with the Jarvan. And they make good on it again. LYON is, he's taking some damage, but it's non-lethal damage.
Yep.
So there's 2 things that are good with Xayah. When you save your ult, you don't want to use it when it's unnecessary. But then when it is necessary, you really got to have the good timing. And he's checked all those boxes.
But if you think about it, the only damage that matters, Kobe, is the last tick of damage. Your health bar is just a resource right now as FBI's trying to get out of there. Nice from Core JJ, timing the knock-up, but FBI does still get through the portal.
I like that. I like the little Core JJ predict. Made me go, ooh.
I like it when DeMonte says, I like that.
I like
for stuff in the game. That's what I like.
I like that.
He likes League of Legends, okay?
He just loves it,
He's
I can
having
tell.
fun. He's told us many times how much fun he is having up
It's
here.
a beautiful game, no?
It truly is.
Best game ever.
Exquisite game created. Well done, Riot.
Thank you, Mark.
Knocked it out of the park with this one. As this game as well is very entertaining to watch. So I think it's a double whammy. League of Legends fun, Dignitas Team Liquid fun, and Dignitas' journey in the league still fun as they are really, really making us question some of our expectations coming in here. They are behind in gold right now. Team Liquid are in a good spot with 3 dragons, but I still just feel like whenever you look at Dignitas' plays, when they're looking for them, they're close.
The thing is, you could say, okay, so we were talking about difference in the AD carries previously, and like the Ezreal side is kind of supposed to be, oh, maybe we can get some poke damage before stuff happens, but TL have such good engage. I don't know if you can even, like, they have a good hope for getting a lot of effective poke damage. Now they're in the river.
They gotta find a way out of here now. It's a temperate fade from XU early on, plus a teleport from Palafox. And Team Liquid just walk away. We've seen them do this time and time again. Blade Color not going to get the root onto FBI as XU still in the brush right now. We're fighting over the river control with no dragon on the rift right now. But committing the teleport from Palafox, it felt like Dignitas maybe just wanted to force something. Not going to find it.
You can see the desperation coming out of Dignitas now. I think the implication of the 3rd dragon going to Team Liquid is absolutely huge, and Dignitas is feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah, and now it's tough because they don't have TP on Palafox, so he can't really go for that top wave when the next dragon's up in 2.5 minutes. But I guess he's going to go for it now. I mean, you do have some time to play around that, but by the time we're ready for that dragon setup, they're not going to have one of their TPs available on Dig's side.
Yeah, we'll likely see, maybe not both mid laners go into bot lane here, but most definitely Photon will have to go top lane before the dragon starts. It's still 2 minutes and 15 seconds ahead, though, so you see him going to the bot lane to try to defend now.
Morgan doing some work on this turret, taking out the wave as well, and Photon not confident enough to walk up as Jose Daejeon was hovering the area. Ignar spots him out. So the turret picked up by Team Liquid, now a 2.4K gold lead. Kind of shared across the roster. It's just Palafox keeping Dignitas in the conversation with a 1.2K lead himself.
Hey guys, deep breath. We're winning really heavily right now. Make some good plays.
Oh, so zen.
Deep
Make
breaths,
some good
guys.
plays.
Even his voice was like soothing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're winning really heavily right now.
Guys, this cast is great.
We
guys.
are smurfing.
Guys.
That mullet meetup, that's going to go hard too.
I like how Kobe was the one coming into this is like, I can't believe I agreed to do that. And now I feel like you're the most excited to do it. So, like the messages as Photon wraps around here, looking at Morgan, going for a little 1v1 as Team Liquid send multiple members down. Jose Daejeon plus the teleport as Photon actually just teleports away, but now Team Liquid engage onto the rest of Dig. Ignar goes down, XU jumps over the wall, and Team Liquid overload the bottom half of the map, and they are cutting off XU's escape path. He'll go for the Dragon's Rage, but in comes Jose Daejeon. The flash Q is going to go wide. Charm will land. Jose with the kill and a rampage.
Following the comms there. Let's see some good plays, guys. They get the picks immediately. And Genghis, now you're going to have no teleport. You just lost flash from your jungler as well, and it's Lee Sin. So no ulti Lee Sin, no flash Lee Sin. It's going to have to be walking from base too, and the timer is ticking down very quickly. The pressure from Team Liquid, it's about to just break over.
DeMonte, you had talked about this. We have 20 seconds till the Dragon. Team Liquid are so good at this type of game. You know, they kind of pull you into situations. They walk away, drag your TPs around, and then are also able to find these picks.
Yeah, they're just very coordinated. All 5 of them, they feel like they're making the same decision.
10 seconds on this Dragon now as Dignitas will have to find a way to get in. XU has now spawned. 2 items picked up as Photon's in the pit. Has to Grim Deliverance away. No ultimate on the Zehen for the fight. Dignitas have XU on the flank. Might have to just look for a steal attempt right now as Team Liquid are going to push him away. The charm will go wide. Would not land it onto XU, but the rest of Dignitas trying to find a way into the Dragon. Morgan on a flank right now on the Renekton. Engage from Core JJ, lands in onto the carry. Temper Fate will buy some time, but it's Palafox and FBI locked down. LYON with the first kill. Palafox positioning to try and get back into the pit and turn the play, but XU's health bar is too low. A double kill to Daejeon, make it a triple. Team Liquid will crush the Dragon Soul fight and get themselves an objective. Even Photon's got to flash away to the turret, and Team Liquid land a massive team fight win.
Dude, you notice how CoreJJ backs up for like 2 screens on Rakan to hide his ult activation, and he ults, and then he E's, and then he goes in for the full engage.
The slingshot.
Woo! Yeah, here we go. We're going to see him. Okay, so he's backing off now. You know, he's hovering around, pops his ult, into the E, into the flash. Oh my goodness. And they find the huge engage. Even with the bar trying to like delay salvage, too little too late.
Yeah.
The damage has been done. They got the initiation.
And Palfox gets big damage done on the tail end of that, but it's just not even close to enough. He was trying to utilize that gold lead. Well, now it's gone. Team Liquid with 6.2K in their pockets, plus the Dragon Soul and now a Baron to boot. It's looking like this is a Game 3 win for Team Liquid.
Oh yeah, I think this game is very much over. It's just so hard for Dignitas to even do anything in these standoffs. It feels like XU has to make the biggest super play of all time, but Team Liquid just don't give it to him.
Yeah, all you have to do is walk away. All you have to do, as Jan said, take a deep breath. Just play it calm, guys. We got the lead, and now Team Liquid are going to use that lead to start the siege.
And the super play feels like he also needs, while he's making a super play, the enemies to make a super bad. You know, they have to like.
What's the opposite of a super play?
They have to fumble. They have to fumble. They got to fumble some of their buttons. While that's occurring for it to be able to go off, because like his targets are not good either, and it has to be like, oh my god, you know, perfect like Bard ultimate and.
They're looking for these desperation engages at this point. He'll flash Magical Journey, but Team Liquid will just continue the chase, and that's Ignar down. XU does find a kick there onto Morgan, but the Renekton is just too tanky, and Palafox cannot follow up with enough damage. XU will go down, Palafox goes down, and Team Liquid continue the forward momentum. Photon the last to fall, but that's an ace for Team Liquid.
So I don't know about you guys, I'm still, even though there are a lot of good TL performers, I'm still leaning towards the bottom lane for this game.
Yep. I think Jan has had a fantastic performance between the Lucian and the Xayah. We gave him the gun card. He's got the feather card now as well. CoreJJ setting up a lot of these plays. And Deathless on the Rakan plus Jose Deodo's J4. Team Liquid. They played a calm and collected game number 3. And the Scrimbucks are showing up on stage. GG! Team Liquid take the series 2-1.
CoreJJ, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, especially on Rakan. Do you think he deserves a skin on that champ? I think he does. Oh, wait, he already has one.